Okay, now I go on to social media and post
Jay,
how we're live.
why did you scare me?
Why would you do that?
I'm terrified. I can't listen to you ever again. No, wait, come back. No. Oh boy. But yeah, a whole year we've made it without wringing each other's throats.
We sure
Granted,
did.
the distance helps for half of us, like we can't reach them, but you know, we're making it work.
I think I get along perfectly fine with all of my co-hosts here.
Yeah, you know, we've had our rough patches, but we got through it.
I think the live patch was mostly called Freddy Got Fingered.
Yeah, it was. Which is gonna be
I've
ranked
had no
higher,
rough.
I'm sure, by me than anyone else.
I know it wasn't you, Bridget.
You can eat out my rough patch. Anyways,
All right then.
Woo!
nobody's listening.
How do you format a URL again? HTTP.
It's https://www.
Twitch.tv.
Yeah.
You gotta understand, I've been so out of the loop with the internet for the last, like, whenever the last time we streamed was.
Yeah, that would have been like, fuck, a long time ago. I also love how prominent Freddy is on the
It was a landmark event,
It
to say
was.
the least.
turbulent times here at Wife City Productions. Put it on the list, had a field day with that one.
Okay,
The almost canceled episode because we had to clean up some of the fighting.
Me? It's me, the editor.
Everyone, Jay, the editor, give her a round of applause.
I think if we're handing out awards for this last year,
Oh my god, everyone! Wife City is now live.
holy
Whoa.
shit.
Oh yeah, I gotta announce it to my people too. What am I
Yeah.
doing?
Announce it to your people.
Everyone, look at this stuff. Isn't it
Announce
neat?
it on Blue Sky. Oh wait, you did.
I did
Never mind.
announce it on Blue
I'm
Sky.
sorry, I was too busy looking at Buff Lady.
Hi, Owen. Who submits the best listener questions? Owen, I don't listen to the podcast. Well, I think I know where my vote lies. Okay. Reposted. Anyways. Goodness gracious. Let's get that out of the way. I love PIOTL. Sick. Piodal? Is that our acronym? Check us out at piodal.bsky.net. Or sorry, it's .social. I gotta blow my nose. I gotta blow. Hello, Casey.
Hey, Casey.
Howdy.
Welcome. This is gonna be a weird podcast because we're going, for anyone that's not catching it live, because anyone who listens to it is gonna be like, why are they addressing people that aren't on the
Aren't on the podcast.
Yeah.
Oh, you know.
It's just, the phantoms we can all see in here.
Yeah, it's the
Yeah,
demons.
of course.
The demons are back.
The demons are back.
The bugs are back. Ah!
That's a great noise to start things off with.
It's fine. You could capture the Twitch chat for the video version at least. Nah. I don't feel like it.
That's the spirit. That's the stick-to-itiveness that got us this
Here's
far,
the
you know?
thing. I'm not going to capture the Twitch version for the video, or the Twitch chat for the video version, because if we happen to get trolls in chat, I would prefer to not have that documented in a visual sense.
You know, that is kind of the cheat code, is just don't have visible chat. It kind of helps.
Like, nothing against the people that are here or the mods, namely Owen, who, are usually
Hey,
on
I'm a
top
mod.
of, and you, Bridget, and you, Evie, also. But
I think Bree's a mod.
Yeah, and you, Bree. More so, they still slip through
They do.
occasionally. Are the phantoms in the room with us? Technically, no.
No, it's the Phantom. He's purple.
I thought you were talking about a different phantom. Oh no, god damn it, I forgot to disable.
No, leave it. It'll be funny.
What just happened? Okay, that was. God damn it, I meant to disable those.
Nope, leave them.
No.
Right now.
Hey, fucko!
Hey,
This is the interactivity that they come here for. They come here, but I'm like,
This
oh,
is
my
a
voice.
podcast. No one knows what's happening.
It's fine.
and IRL word movie.
I mean, that one, I could just call it a film. That's not that much of a challenge.
The cinema.
Well, good news, Owen. That only lasts for 5 minutes, and you know damn well that we do not talk about movies for like the first half hour of the podcast, usually. Okay, anyways, I'm gonna go
I'm
over...
gonna refund everyone's channel points.
I mean, I think it's coming through. You don't need... Or are you more so saying that you're doing that so that they can spam us as much as humanly fucking possible?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I can't hear it.
Oh my lord.
It's only you, and that's right. Only you can hear it. We're fine.
Does it pick up on the,
Yes, it's
Okay.
picking up on there because it's part of the desktop audio.
For sure. Hello, everybody.
Casey! Owen already did that! Also, that should only be allowed once per stream. Why is it going again?
Well, you know.
I got bad news for you, Owen. Kayfabe is about to be ruined for you today. It's that Bridget individual who's always on the podcast. Turns out that is one Sass Yeti, world famous VTuber.
I say my streams on like every episode. What are you talking
The
about?
secret revealed. We have world famous Yeti VTuber has been her the whole time.
Okay,
That's
I'm
right.
gonna run.
I had
the,
no idea about this. I'm shocked.
I'm gonna run the intro. Everyone, shut up for for 10 seconds.
All right, cool.
What reviews connected by cast or crew deciding the next film, that's the gist. Put it on the list.
How do we know when it's over?
Oh, man. Oh my god. Oh, this is off to a great start. Okay.
Okay, I'm going to hide the preview to save CPU for us. Hi, everyone,
Hey.
and welcome to Put It on the List. My name is Jay.
My name is Bree.
I'm Evie.
I'm Bridget.
aka Sass Yeti, and this is the movie podcast where every other week one person in the rotation picks out a movie for us to watch and discuss, and the next time we have the next person in line has to connect
Get your
that by...
buttons.
I'm trying to do the description.
Owen said, "Hold on, pause the pod. I have to go get my
No,
buns."
Owen, you have to listen to us from the other room. The next time around, the next person has to connect their movie choice by either cast or crew. We've been doing this for basically a year at this point, which means it's time for the season finale.
Ah, yes.
In which, as you can see above us currently in the visual version of this podcast, each of us has our own individual list, and we are going to rank the films that we watched over the course of this past year.
Now, originally we were going to make ourselves agree on a single list, and then we realized that would be impossible and we would all end up dead. So instead, we're all gonna have our own.
I think the bottom and towards the top would be like relatively easy to sort out. It's like the middle chunk that would be like impossible to get through.
Hey, me Tomaton.
Hello, me Tom.
Yeah, wife pod.
Hell yeah, wife pod. However, all you listeners out there, watching or listening retroactively, know how this works. We gotta go around and check up on people.
Yeah.
Evie, how have you been for the last 3 weeks? What you been up to?
Surviving.
Yeah, you got a job.
Yeah, I got like a part-time consulting gig for the place I used to work at because they can't replace me.
Hell
And
yeah.
so that's-
Yo.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah, you gotta be able to do it remotely, which means that you'll be able to still look into moving up into the Pacific Northwest, which that'll be good,
Hell yeah.
especially
Yes.
in the current United States of America that we live in.
Let's not think about it. But today,
Hi, Corey. Welcome to the chat to you as
Hey!
well. Apparently Owen got peckish, so
Thank you, Corey.
he baked some, he steamed some bowel buns.
oh, that sounds amazing. God damn it.
Steamed bowels.
Though at the last Saturday market, I did
Ready
get
for
some
an
pork buns.
incredible
They
luncheon.
they were nice.
Have you been up to anything else, Evie? Like,
Gaming.
for sure. Any cool games in particular?
Just this and that here and there. Yesterday I played the demo for Unbeatable, which
Oh
is
yeah,
very cool.
I was
Yeah,
gonna
music
ask
game.
how's that?
Just
It's
game, man.
extremely
Yeah.
rad. Yeah, I'm excited for when that game comes out. It's
Nice.
been in development for what feels like a decade. So
jeez.
hopefully soon.
I feel like I only started to hear about that recently, so to hear they've been at it for a year is wild. Okay. Free.
Oh, I scared my work insurance that screwed me over to settle outside of court, and I'll be having the money from that Monday. So take that, fuckos. I win. I've been getting a lot of art
so-
commissions lately.
so
I've been
funny.
doing pretty well with that.
Owen
and,
won.
Ultimately, things are going okay. Things are going okay. You know, the times are horrid,
Wait.
but I'm doing okay.
Wait, breaking news. We had a poll in our Twitch chat where one of our mods submitted a question that was who submits the best listener questions, and the choices were either Owen or I don't listen to the pod. And would you believe it that the winner was Owen?
Wow, by 100%.
Yeah, by 100%. Also, yeah, the Twitch chat allows for additional levels of crosstalk, so let's do our best to take turns talking over the course of the next 2 to 3 hours.
Yeah, we'll do our darndest. But yeah, I guess to sum things up, you know, we're all getting by, and I'm trying not to say actionable things online, and that's what I've been up to.
For sure. Yeah, imagine not listening to the podcast like Metamaton said. You'd have to be a fucking loser to not listen to the hottest podcast on the net. Put it on the list.
Indeed.
And we already have Bridget adding plenty of visual elements to this that I'm not going to acknowledge what they are. Bridget, what have you been up to?
Yeah,
What have I been up to? You know, it's been a lot of stuff. I've been playing some co-op games with Evie, like Kirby and the Forgotten World,
Whoa.
Mario Golf. That's not co-op, but it's golf.
Have you been playing those legally?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. Why wouldn't we be playing it legally?
Okay. Just checking.
Oh, are you talking about like how I'm an illegal lesbian?
Wait, what?
Is that illegal now?
Is that
Yeah.
another motion that got passed?
I always knew I was a criminal.
Well, in the UK, anyways, I'm
Oh, okay.
illegal lesbian.
Shit. Well, let's be real. The UK doesn't exist, or it shouldn't exist.
It's not a real place. They make Indian food without spice in it.
We discussed last time during the Tinker Tailor episode that it was a crumbling empire back during the Cold War. So it's more or less to a pile of rubble at this
Turf
point.
Island, in fact, sucks. It does indeed, Automaton.
I played Birdie Wing, the game. That is ridiculously hard for some reason. Also, it's terrible.
For sure.
I'm watching tons of cartoons. It's the new anime season, so I'm watching 7 shows. We'll see how long I keep up with that, but
I was gonna say, that's unprecedented. Not since you were like a young lady were you watching that many anime shows in any given season, I bet.
Yeah.
And, you know, I am watching... Huh?
I saw Bridget like list her shows on Blue Sky, and I feel like she left off a couple that we are watching together.
Like
what?
Like,
what would those be?
did you include Anne Shirley?
Yeah, it was there.
It was there?
Yeah.
Okay, that's fair.
I'm sorry.
Did you include Food for the Soul?
No.
Chicken soup for the soul? What?
I wish.
Literally the
I
same
wish it
joke
was...
that Bridget made. And you don't wish that it was chicken soup for the soul. Because there wouldn't be any women in it at all in that case.
Well, Bridget, what do you have to say in response to that?
Oh, that seems okay. Oh, great! Somebody rang my door, so the dog's barking. So I'm gonna mute myself for now.
Let the doors out! Who? Do I have to
You go ahead for now.
Do I have to talk about what I've been up to? Because I feel like this is the most downer.
Well, I don't know. You ask Penny how she feels. Besides that,
yes. Besides that, what? This is
sorry.
This is unedited. There, you have no me clipping down the dead air and silences.
The awkwardness will be real.
but yeah, there's a lot of interesting anime. Yeah, it's great over here in hell.
Yes.
I'm sorry. I'm also getting multiple requests from chat.
You're getting multiple requests from chat? What do you mean? What chat? The chat is pretty slow on our end here.
Yeah, the chat isn't asking anything of you.
Unless, are you streaming this to your channel too?
Wait, no, that's not it.
Okay.
How complicated can we make this?
We can make this very complicated.
Perfect.
But
I'm happy
to
to
address
hear it.
Automaton's comment where they say Jay's not been committing crimes and has an alibi, I do in fact have an alibi. I more or less spent the last 2 weeks over in Las Vegas because family death in the family. So that's
Firstest way to put it.
that's what I've been up to for the last 2 weeks. A real lambast of a time, just hooting and hollering, launching a bunch of confetti poppers into the air. Definitely not crying a lot and hugging a lot of my family.
Can't fit that, Owen.
What are you talking about? What are you doing over there? Bridget, what are you doing?
Corey sends their regards.
Thank you, Corey. I appreciate it.
And no, the Ocean's 11 gig was me, Automaton. That wasn't Che.
Bree snuck onto the plane, did the thing where you like grab onto the wheel as it's being pulled
And then
up.
it closes
What the
and it
fuck
crushes
is
you.
that? What is that?
Is that Chris's sailor costume from Resident Evil 5?
Owen keeps sending me this stuff to put on stream.
More
this is
visual
gonna be-
jokes cannot translate to the audio version.
This is gonna be great.
Well, you know, we had our banter up front, and now it's time for live icebreaker questions.
Yay!
Everyone watching in the chat, you're free to submit questions to us, be them movie related, not movie related, comments maybe that you have to
Ask
say.
us anything.
Yeah. Ask me anything unless I tell you not to ask me that.
Now listen.
Icebreaker.
Boy, we couldn't possibly explain that.
No,
Why that's
We
funny.
already had to explain it on the podcast before. That's the thing. Icebreaker question from Automaton, who says, "What is the best kind of ice?" Trying to think of what my favorite kind of ice is. I think I really like that more like smaller, like it's more of like a like crushed ice than it is like a like blocks of ice.
I think yeah, like icy. Like
Not-
it
not
properly
quite-
spun,
Not
aerated.
not that much, but like the
Because,
it's hard to
Casey.
describe. Well, we have to take these questions one at a time.
Sorry.
I'm the host. Let me do my host.
I'm the one
duty.
who wins.
Does anyone else have a favorite kind of ice that they would?
I'm saying icy. I'm saying the machine spun, aerated, beautiful, fucking like just the like blue colored, like yeah, ices.
Okay.
Let's fucking go.
Evie.
I like, you know, I guess just like regular chunky, not quite cubed ice, but just like
What is this lady doing over here? Bridget, what's the best kind of ice? Bridget.
I mean, politically speaking,
She may as
she's
well-
gone.
She may as well have a loading bar over her head for the dead air that she is delivering
Oh.
currently as she plays with
Sorry,
toys.
sorry, somebody's coming.
Oh.
Somebody keeps giving her things to put on her face.
No, it's not that.
Yeah, it's real people
Family
in the room with her.
Okay.
Do you have a favorite kind of ice?
I mean, it is probably like an. I hope they have.
I hope they have ices.
so ices as well. Okay.
All right. Okay, moving on. We have a question from Owen IRL in the chat who says, "Who is the hottest protagonist in the movies you've watched this year?"
The one
I
from
mean-
Prey.
Huh?
The one from Prey.
I mean, she's pretty hot. I think I would actually put Lawrence Fishburne in Deep Cover.
Oh,
I was thinking that too.
it's fair.
Like I'm a lesbian, but he's pretty hot in that movie.
That's
He's
fair.
hot in that movie.
Can you please get the anal prostate simulation off of the screen, Bridget?
God damn it.
Look, I'm just
Bridget,
being.
what's your answer?
Stop
I'm
succumbing.
just.
Stop.
I'm just.
You need to
Giving
focus
the
on
people-
the podcast.
Stop succumbing to peer pressure.
Tell us who you think is hot.
Yeah, who is the hottest protagonist in the movies that we have watched this year?
Discord cut you both out.
I mean, that's understandable.
Yeah.
Let me see.
She has to look over the movies to assess
Okay,
it.
not a movie that we covered specifically for the podcast, but we did talk about it. Mace from Strange Days,
Yeah,
incredibly hot.
honorable mention.
Yeah.
Let's say.
Yes.
Bridget, give us a fucking answer to your question.
The lady from Prey.
Okay, thank you. Moving on. Next question. This time from Casey Diablo in the chat, who says, "Here's my question. Why?"
Because.
Bridget, to you.
Wait, why what?
Why?
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 I don't know.
You know what? I go as far as to answer, why not?
All right. Well, that's the answer to that question. Next question. What is your favorite B movie
What
that
qualifies?
isn't the B movie? Just gonna cut off that joke from happening.
What qualifies as a B movie again? Like,
Those are like low budget. Oh my god. Bridget, get these fucking images off of my screen.
oh,
You're
man.
making the intro to you're making this podcast like an hour longer with what you're doing.
It's a movie with Jerry Seinfeld. Okay, I got you.
Where the guy got cuckolded by a bee. Thank you for allowing that term, Owen.
Well, God, that's tough.
Yeah, that's the thing. I'm not super well versed in B movies is the thing.
I mean,
Or at the very least
the trans Joker movie, I guess.
I don't think that's a B movie.
Oh, okay.
That's
Yeah, that might be like a D even.
that the People's Joker is outsider art more so than it is a B movie.
A lot of people could argue that many B movies are, though, too.
I guess kinda.
I still need
I
to
can't
watch
get
The
rid of
Room.
this hole.
Oh no,
None of us
I
can.
stand by the People's Joker. I thought that was amazing. Got to see it in theaters, so that was pretty cool.
I don't have an answer to this, unfortunately. I'm sorry, Corey.
It's hard for me to like really choose one. But like I've watched a lot of MST3K, and a lot of the movies on there are silly and fun. You know, like your Space Mutinies and Final Sacrifices.
Oh sure,
and all those kinds
Mitchell.
of things.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mitchell.
Does Zardoz count as a B?
Zardoz is a good pick.
Zardoz.
Zardoz is incredible. That is
Everyone is so fucking drunk on that set. Oh, it's so good.
like Zardoz is a phenomenal example of something that is a B movie and outsider art.
Oh yeah.
Icebreaker question from Owen here. Are you all excited for me to pick your next movie? I hate to break it. Let's get this out of the way now. No one responded to my post on Blue Sky asking for people to send in movies. So, sorry. The wheel is just for us. You missed your
Hold
chance.
Well, that's not fair.
Hold on.
Everyone- Part of the people who show up for this stream is they should be allowed to throw on like their idea if they're here for the wheel pick.
No. They had a full several months beforehand.
Chat, is this bullshit? If
If
you didn't see one post from a small channel on a long streaming hellscape and the current state of things that you can't pick a movie,
We
these
gave
are
you
our
a chance to
trusted-
visit the plans for the construction going through your house by visiting City Hall.
Poll,
3
this is
months
bullshit,
ago.
Yes. Oh, and run the poll.
I don't know which post it was. It was a post from like months ago at this point. But I know I made a post.
Bullshit.
Yeah, this is bullshit. They didn't have enough time.
Fucking fine.
Yay!
But I have.
Yay.
Here's the thing. I know how I'm going to format it, so we'll get to it when we get to it.
Sure.
But what was I gonna say?
It does mean you got to stick around for the whole thing.
You have to stick around for the whole episode before you can submit your movies to.
And we got a lot of movies to get through.
Yeah, what a
We
wheel
do
that's
have a
gonna
lot
be
of
to
movies
spin.
to get through.
My
which,
God.
you know what? I think probably we should get started
Yes.
on that right about now. So, as you can see above us, we have 24 slots for the 24 movies we watch. Each one of us has our own, column for us to enter stuff into. And we're gonna go by the order that we, chose those movies in. So it'll be me, then Bree, then Bridget, then Evie. And I think similarly to the Game of the Year bonus episode we did, we should hold off on like any hard comments we have to touch on again until like the movie tops off in the list.
Okay. Hold on.
What's up, Evie?
Was the plan that we were gonna have our lists pre-prepared for the episode?
Yes.
Yeah?
Oh shit! I thought we were doing it live. I don't have a list.
Oh no! Well, Evie, I have good news for you. You're at least at the end of the rotation each time, so you have a little bit of time to think about it.
Fuck. Okay.
So I guess I'll be, the plans were in the basement, the lights were out, so were the stairs. They were inside a locked filing cabinet, inside a disused lavatory with a sign saying, "Beware of the leopard" on the door. Message for me, Tomaton, in regards to my plan that we had for things. But I will start off the list. We're filling it out from the bottom up. Okay. So, at the bottom of my list, I think this would be a surprise to absolutely no one, is X 1999. I do not... That movie was the fucking worst.
Oh, yeah.
But I'll save my comments because I don't think this is where the movie tops out for everyone, unfortunately. Bree, what's your bottom of the list?
Well, actually, I'm going to subvert expectations here. And in fact, I think X 1999 is my number 24 on this list.
What a shocker.
Yeah. Things to say.
Bridget, are you going to continue the chain? You can, because I gave you two access, y'all can type in your choices on there.
Ooh, fancy.
So what's your bottom of the list, Bridget?
It's fucking Minecraft.
Type it in. Type in Minecraft. Hold on.
Wait for it.
Wait for it.
Wait for it.
Or do I just need to take control of the document here?
Wait, I can't type. It won't let me.
What?
I'm view only. Here,
Oh.
I'm gonna request access.
No, it's fine. I'm just gonna type in parkour civilization for
Hell
you.
yeah. Oh my god.
You left your ringer on.
God damn it. Yeah, you just gave me permission and it loudly let me know. Fuck, I'm sorry.
Okay. At the bottom of Bridget's list, she has parkour civilization. That's definitely not where parkour civilization tops out. Evie, what's at the bottom of your list?
Gundam Reconquista.
Fair.
That's definitely not where it tops out. In G1.
All right.
Then we're back over to me, which let me double check my list here. Yes. The next one for me is The Island of Dr. Moreau.
Right.
Yeah.
That one is okay.
What's your next one, Bree?
Shit, fucking same.
Great, I can just copy paste it.
Feels so much longer than it is. What a disjointed mess.
Bridget,
Oh, man.
what's your next movie?
My next movie is called Saving Private Ryan. I think other people have it higher.
I cannot believe that Saving Private Ryan barely clears parkour civilization. Saving Private Ryan is at least better than X 1999. What
I
are you
disagree.
saying?
Today.
I disagree about that. but
Wow.
I would rather watch X again.
That's fucking cracked. That is 100% cracked.
Oh,
That
get
makes-
ready for my list. You're gonna keep saying that's cracked.
Oh my god.
This is gonna be weird. This is why we didn't do the one list idea.
You should be studied in a lab, says Owen.
I picture the critic with his mouth open after recording the recording of dogs singing Christmas music.
Evie, what's your next pick, Evie?
Oh shit! I think it's Saving Private Ryan.
Wait,
no. Wait, no. It's sorry. It was right. It was. I meant to say Island of Dr. Moreau. I meant to say Island of Dr. Moreau.
1 second.
It's because we were just
I'll be right
talking
back.
about
I need
it.
to grab a new paper towel for my mucus.
Okay, go ahead, mucus girl. Go ahead.
I'm feeling Evie's list is gonna be formed, and then at the end she's gonna rearrange it.
You know.
Oh, Christ. Okay. So that's three out of 4 people agreeing that Island of Dr. Moreau is a pretty bad movie. All right, then it's back over to me. My next movie on the list, also surprising no one, is the Uma Musume movie. Yeah, it was very boring, but I'll save my full thoughts on that until it tops out. Bree, what's the next on your list?
I also picked Uma Musume. To a lot of people's sadness, it's such a nothing burger to me. It's like
It's so funny. Bridget, what?
no, see that's the thing. Like I think I'm surprised how much we have adhered in the same way. I have not seen her list.
So-called free thinkers when they have to rank the movies on their podcast.
Yeah, for the people listening, Owen commented, did Bree just copy my homework? Bridget, what's your... So now we're into unknown territory. Bridget, what is your next movie on the list?
It's Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy.
Oh my god.
Casey says Bree and Jay are just the same person. You have no idea how wrong that is.
Yeah. Cryptid. She truly is a cryptid. She lives up to the title that she chose for herself as a VTuber.
Jay's the Kione to my Mihoshi.
That's... I cannot believe that, but I guess we're gonna discuss that one in a little bit too.
We shall.
Evie, what's your next movie?
I think it's The Triplets of Belleville.
Okay. I'll say, to foreshadow, that one is also in, like, the lower rankings on my list. but-
Weirdly same for me, despite picking it. It wasn't as high up there as I thought it would be upon rewatch.
The next movie on my list, continuing the streak of movies that Bridget chose, is Gundam Reconquista G, movie 1. You had a hot streak there, Bridget, of just picking out movies that were kind of
But
stinkers.
spoiler, one of yours is a lot higher, I promise. For me, anyway.
I'm trying to see where the stinker is, but okay.
Here's the thing. 2 of them are stinkers. 2 of them are just deeply are mid to deeply flawed films. Bree, what's your next movie?
Are you sure you didn't copy my homework? Maybe we are the same
Also,
person.
Gundam Reconquista in G, movie 1 for Bree. Weird how this is working out on this front. Bridget, what's your next movie?
Weird.
Okay,
Yeah,
that makes sense.
I'll say outside the podcast, we watched Walk Hard, which I hadn't seen yet, and that kind of ruined it for me. Like, I was like, oh, okay, this has already been done better.
It is like Walk Hard is the fucking music
Mockumentary.
biopic parody film.
Yeah.
Evie, what's
I
your
think mine's also weird.
okay? Oh, whoops! I copy pasted the wrong thing. Let me double check mine, because guess what my next movie up there is? It's weird. The Al Yankovic story. We're almost topped out on. Wait, I just noticed something. Evie, you haven't had X 1999 yet. That's wild.
Yeah.
That's wild to me. Bree, what's your next one?
Saving Private Ryan.
What are you talking about? What do you mean?
Something. I'll explain it when we get to it.
I don't understand.
Bree did
I
the
have my
heel turn.
reasons.
She finally did it.
It being that low is just, I don't even know what to say in response to that. Bridget, what's your next one?
Let me see. My next one is Triplets.
Triplets of Belleville. Okay. Evie, yours?
I think now it's X 1999.
Okay.
All right.
So we've almost capped out on X 1999. How high is X going to climb in Bridget's rankings? I wonder. I hope not much higher than that. Okay. And then at this point in my ranking is where Parkour Civilization finally falls. Is that where Parkour Civilization tops out for you?
Blade. Blade doesn't get good till the very end, when the weird CG happens. Until then, I am like, it was a mess. We will discuss it.
You thought I was the only one who was gonna have cracked.
I think that might be racist.
That's a hell of an accusation.
I know. I'm just joking.
Blade did not hit me.
Bridget, what's your next one?
Oh, my next movie is Good Will Hunting.
Wow.
What do you mean?
Wow. Wow. Wow.
To our listeners, Jake just had a facial expression that's like she was punched in the stomach.
That's what it feels like. Oh my god.
Oh boy.
Yeah, the listeners are truly missing out. There's such a visual element to this. If I have a way to upload this as a video podcast on whatever networks allow it, I'm gonna do that.
No, yeah, I mean, like, we'll get the recording off of Twitch, so we'll have that.
Evie, what's your next one? Please save me.
Oh, that threw me for a fucking loop. I think Parkour Civilization is here.
Okay, that's fair.
Cool.
Okay, my next movie after that is... What's up? What's up, Bridget?
This means Bree's gonna have the highest ranking of part.
That's pretty funny. This is where the Triplets of Belleville caps out for me. Is right above Parkour Civilization. Bree, what's
sticking with the one-word titles, weird.
okay.
Yeah.
So I think that is it for weird. What does anyone have like any like short like comments to make about weird now that that is like kind of tapped out?
Well, I mean, like, going off of what I was saying previously, again, I've seen the movie that already did what that tried to do, very much so. However, you know, at the end of the day, I am very much a fan of Weird Al Yankovic. It was fun to watch it. I felt like for what it was well executed, and it was fun. It was just a fun watch. A nice little, like, I think we had recently watched, like, one of the long, intense, war-filled, like, 4-hour movies, and I was like, I just want to see
It was Saving Private Ryan, then Good Will Hunting, and then Weird was the exact order on
But
that.
I like a fun, easy watch, and it was nice, and for what it was fine. You know, it was good.
I mean, that's generally what the comment that I wrote here is just like perfectly serviceable comedy.
Sure.
Doesn't leave too strong of an impression, but I could see myself accidentally coming across it while flipping through channels and like watching a chunk of it that way. And like Owen said, the ending of that movie, fantastic.
Oh, yeah.
It's a great fucking ending. What is happening behind Bridget now?
Oh my god. She's on vacation.
This is great. I love this.
All right.
Okay.
I also agree the ending of Weird is good.
Yeah. Do either of
I'm
you?
glad that Weird Al got to make a little movie.
Yeah.
And
I'm glad that Daniel Radcliffe got to be in something that was any good, so
Yeah.
that was cool to see too.
Do either of you have any other particular things to say about it beyond all of that?
nah.
Okay. Then moving on. Bridget, what's your number 20 film of the
I
year?
can't wait to hear what this is.
How many films did we watch this year?
We watched 24.
Oh shit!
That's a TV series.
Did you leave
I'm
out
missing. I think I'm missing 2 movies.
Oh my god.
I can't. Well, I'll slot the.
Let me read off the movies that we watched for the podcast. I have to pull up the website on my phone here. Put it on the
Are they
list.
are they all in the art for the stream? The year
Yes.
one. Okay.
Put it on the list on NeoCities. Or where's the blue sky? We're on 18. Well, I got it. Oh wait, yeah, there we go. We have the playlist there. Thank you, Owen, for linking that.
Yay.
It says that we're on 18. Oh yeah, we're on 18. Sorry, I got the numbers mixed up. This is working out great. So starting from the top, Bridget, these are the movies that we watched. We watched Mulholland Drive, Babe Pig in the City, X 1999, Saving Private Ryan, Good Will Hunting, Weird, The Island of Dr. Moreau, Prey, Killers of the Flower Moon, Triplets of Belleville, Mandy, Deep Cover, Collateral, Freddy Got Fingered, Terminator Dark Fate, Blade, Garden of Sinners, First Slam Dunk,
Sub-Zero.
Uma Musume,
Motaro.
Parkour Civilization, Little Miss Sunshine, Princess Bride, Gundam Reconquista and G, and Tinker Tailor. Which ones are you missing?
Okay, I think I figured out the
All
2
right.
Okay.
that
It-
was missing. Let me just slot them in.
Now,
Okay,
does this
so my
alter your existing
next
list?
movie will be Princess Bride.
Okay. That's respectable. The Princess Bride. Evie, what's your next movie?
I think my next one is Uma Musume.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
How high will Uma Musume climb onto Bridget's list, I wonder? Where's my next one? My next movie is Terminator Dark Fate. Realized I accidentally made the E lowercase. I need to know that I don't need to hold down the shift key for that.
Yeah.
Bree, what's your next one?
It's Minecraft.
Parkour Civilization?
Yep.
Okay. So that is where it's topped out for everyone, it looks like.
Yep.
Okay. Well, let me pull up my thoughts on Parkour Civilization. It's totally baby food, but there's something about the construction of the baby food which transforms it into this fascinating cultural artifact that exists simultaneously as both the utmost example of capital C content and outsider art. Like, it's someone who is not an artist, like, accidentally making a weird artistic statement despite them just making content, like pure content.
I remember the first moments of it, I was just like, God, this is really gonna be this long of this. And then, like, after a while, I realized, oh God, the repetition of this stupidity is genuine humor. Like, I was endeared to it so strongly. I mean, by the fact that I'm the highest rated for it here, I genuinely enjoyed that.
Yeah.
That was a fun time.
It is a fun one. Owen says, I think you have all ranked that too high, including Bridget. Despite her having it at the bottom of her list, she
Yeah,
somehow...
that movie sucks. I don't know what you're talking.
It's great. I loved it.
It's...
A diarrhea dookie.
What's the next one for you, Bridget?
Okay, I did the Princess Bride. The next will be Gundam Reconquista Injigo Core Fighter.
Okay, so that is where Gundam Reconquista and G caps out now for us. So, my thoughts on that film. Let's see here. It's not a great movie, but it's so unabashedly weird and has such tonal inconsistency that I can't help but have some admiration for it committing to its vision. That's like the big thing for me, is like, Tomino, at the end of the day, he's fucking weird and he's not always good, but he believes in the thing that he is making wholeheartedly, and I kind of have to respect it in some sense. That's why it's like not at the very bottom of the list. Like, if I were ranking it purely on like the actual quality of the movie, it might be below X 1999. Like, it would maybe be the worst, but everything else involved in it kind of helps elevate it a bit more for me.
Sure. It's there with X for me in that, like, it's one of those films that I was just, like, completely blanking out the whole time. Like, I couldn't pay attention to it. My ADHD was so strong. Despite everything going on in it, I was just like, I don't know what's happening, so I can't follow it. The director's cut of it made it harder to understand, apparently, than it is initially. Because we don't know that that girl has, like, oxygen deprivation, so we just have this stupid person who is in a robot running around being stupid the whole time and mostly nonverbal. The girl power barely getting you over that water jump, apparently. Weird fucking choices.
Yeah.
And I was just so unable to figure out what was going on at any time that my brain couldn't pay attention and got overloaded and just couldn't... it did not grab me at all, and I feel like a lot of bad choices were made with it.
For sure.
That show's great. The main problem is it's just the first movie, and so if it was the whole show, this would be ranked infinitely higher. But because it is just the first 5 episodes of the show, it is ranked there.
When you're 5 episodes into a show, you should know what's happening. That was my argument during the podcast for that specifically.
Bridget getting lost on the way to the TV show ranking podcast that we're doing.
That's one of the secret segments for the episode today, is the TV shows we watched. Number 1 with a bullet, Midnight Mass. Great show. Phenomenal show.
It is pretty great.
Any other?
It was fine.
Any other comments on Gundam before we leave it in the past?
If you're able to, you should watch it. You should watch through the whole thing, and don't think, feel.
I see.
I feel insulted.
Evie, do you have any other thoughts on it?
I don't know. I would rather watch the show. Like, instead of just like having to sit through this movie that doesn't go anywhere.
Yeah. Completely fair. Oh my god.
Hey, how's it going?
Hey, fucko!
Hello, new
Sneaky
chat
kid.
member. Welcome in. Okay. Moving along. Evie, what's your next one?
I think it's Terminator.
Yeah, like it's good, but like it's good.
Like we're in the part of the list where it's like I liked watching these movies, but I'm fine never seeing them again. I think.
Yeah, that's actually a very good point. Is like I divided my list up into like 4 quadrants, which like the bottom 6 are like don't think I need to ever watch these again. The next 6 are I wouldn't change the channel if this movie were on. Yeah, throw that shit on for the next 6, and then the top 6 are like, wait, you've never seen this movie? Like you gotta watch this shit. But okay. For me, above Terminator, that is where did it go? Oh, yes. That is where The Princess Bride tops off for me. We're like, yeah, that's a good movie. Like, if that came on, I wouldn't change the channel. I'd be like, yeah, sure, I could watch The Princess Bride right now. But that's about everything. Brianna, what's yours?
Triplets of Belleville.
And is that officially where Triplets... Yes, that is where Triplets has capped out.
What a fascinating little just animated French film.
Yeah.
It's weird, but it's like...
Sorry.
It really hates Disney.
It does definitely hate Disney. Like, the thoughts that I wrote on it is, like, ars gratia artis. Like, it is art for art's sake. Like, the emotional arc of the movie doesn't, like, resonate with me super strongly. And there's, like, a level of misanthropy, like, baked into the film that I don't really vibe with. But I appreciate it as the director's, like, expression of love for the medium of animation.
I think my favorite part of rewatching it was when you get to, you know, one of the older ladies, like, just dropping a freaking Molotov into the water to go fishing, and then Evie just being like, excuse me?
Yeah, like a moment of genuine surprise. Yeah.
Owen says he likes the dog. I agree. I like the dog.
Oh, the dog is quite good. With its skinny little legs that, like, barely prop it up.
He's just a little guy.
Anyone else have, like, little thoughts to say on it?
Yeah, I didn't really... I broadly agree with all the stuff that you said. Like, it's really cool as a statement, like, as, like, this artist's sincere work, but it's also like it's too French for me, probably.
Fair. It is very French, to be fair.
Too French. Bridget, do you have any other thoughts, or do you want to move on to your next choice?
Yeah, I didn't really feel it too much. I liked it in terms of like an animated thing, but overall I was pretty cool on it. And the fat phobia didn't help
That
with
is
it.
fair.
Yeah.
It does have a problem with that.
Yeah. Okay. Then what is your next movie on the list? Is this where X finally caps out?
That's right. It's Blade.
What do you mean?
What do you mean?
What do you mean?
Wait, what?
Bree,
You
can't
can't, Bree. You cannot say what do you mean when I'm higher than you.
X does not belong above. Okay, we'll get into it later. I gotta pee. I'll be right back.
Oh my lord, I cannot fucking believe that you all have Blade so low. Just doing that film absolutely dirty with its placing on your list. Evie, what's your next one?
Now we're this is starting to get real hard.
I mean, there's one that I'm surprised hasn't shown up for you yet. Do you know which one I'm alluding to?
Freddy got. I'm holding on. Freddy got fingered. Uh, I like Freddy Got Fingered more than that. Weirdly enough,
For sure.
I do. Oh God,
It's tough.
I
Listen.
think it might be Babe. I think Babe is here.
Really? Okay.
I think it's Babe. Wait, no. It's
Well,
Prey.
Okay.
It's Prey. Prey's here.
Prey 2022. Okay. In that case, I too have to pee, so we'll start the next round of choices in a moment here.
All right. I will sip my tea.
Doing this shit
Chat
live is
amongst
hard.
yourselves.
Okay. Hi, Chad. How's it going?
Hello,
Hey,
chat.
gals.
How is everyone doing in the chat?
Get your sound alerts in now. That's right. Everyone, go nuts.
My time is now. My time is here. You can't see me. My time is now.
I cannot, but Jay's singing, my time is now. I can't believe she made me aware of Thugonomics. I'm so mad.
Nice food.
Doing pretty good. Just popping in from the Discord. Good to have you, Radio Inactive 99. I hope you're having a great one. Nice bird. I miss these. I do. I really need to transfer some of these over to like the VTubing end of things, but like I don't know, my raid command doesn't work. That's the one that just will not work. I don't know why. Just tried resetting everything, resetting CloudBot, changing the way that it executes. Nothing will do it. Does not recognize raids. Makes raids happen a whole lot less because they don't have a fun noise happening. So that's annoying, but it is what it is.
I don't believe fun noise makes raids happen less.
I don't know. I really don't know. I have no idea. But it could just be that people don't like us. I don't know. Look, we did actually outsource our gaming to our android, so, she's a robot going out doing the job that we were originally doing. I know that a lot of people don't like when a company does that, so I get it. But she's a cat girl android. She's fun. The people, they love it. It's anime. Breezy's a good asset to our company, and we love her. She's
Great
part of the
ass
family.
to the company. Great asset to the company. Yes, exactly. So, I don't know, but she's doing her own thing. But she's doing great about it. Good on Easy Breezy TV. We love you. Thank you for continuing what we were doing. But yeah, that's my word though. Hey, Jay's back.
Yes. Because I'm wearing a jumpsuit, so peeing is now a 5-minute affair.
Yippee.
Okay.
I'm assuming that these are ordered from worst to best, which makes me really scared to see Bridget's ranking. No, yeah. We're all kind of...
I know. Right?
Yeah.
Right, Radio?
It's been very fun to see Bridget's ranking.
Okay. Getting back into it. The next movie for me, this is where Freddy Got Fingered tops out for me. Who has the weirdest list so far? Someone voted Bree is having the weirdest list so far, which that's...
Is it?
Yours is kind of weird.
It is weird. It's gonna get weirder, I can tell you. I have a couple of very contentious ones that are gonna come up.
But yeah, that's where Freddy Got Fingered taps out for me. What's your next one, Bree?
All right. My next one, let me check and make sure I have this correct. Yes. Is going to be Killers of the Flower Moon. This is where I get into... This is the Godfather argument. Something can undoubtedly be an incredible masterpiece and just be way too long and unpleasant to actually experience. We had to watch this in 3 parts. I don't think it had to be that long, and I get that it was.
We as a group watched this all the way through.
I don't remember it that way. We didn't have as much time.
The first time I watched it, you might have been in the room and not actively viewing it, but I divided it up. when I watched it originally.
That was how we watched it, you and I.
I feel like you weren't.
I don't.
paying
Did we?
attention.
I don't feel like we watched that all the way through when we watched it.
Yes, we did. Girls, didn't we watch it all the way through when we watched it? Yeah.
It's too
Yep.
long, and I get that. Like, it's trying to say, yeah, like the westward genocidal expansion was this long and painful, and it's making that point, and I think it does that masterfully. Did I enjoy sitting down and watching genocide? No, not frankly. It wasn't a great film-going experience. It is artistically amazing, but it didn't, as a film, watching it was just painful.
Well, we can save
Yeah.
our full thoughts on that because I have far more that I want to say about that film.
Sure.
I cannot believe that's where it tops out for you. That's
No, yeah, that's probably my most contentious pick.
yeah, probably. Bridget, what's your next one?
My next one is
X.
Mr. Ed. That's right, it's the Horse Girls.
Uma
Musume.
Musume.
Wait, X is above Uma Musume for you?
Yeah.
Incredible. Amazing.
I don't understand.
What's
no,
there?
that makes no sense. I'm calling bullshit on this. You think Uma Musume is a great movie, and just last night you said that X is in this weird spot between mid and good. The logic does not track there. The logic absolutely does not fucking track, even by your own standards.
Oh, that's how
Okay,
I'm feeling today.
Bridget, you're the best.
Okay, well now I can talk about.
Let's talk about Uma Musume.
Yeah, it's dreadfully boring.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't do any of the work needed to invest me in its characters and conflicts, and it instead, like, relies on the emotions, like, communicated through the admittedly good animation included in
The
it.
animation is great.
That is the reason why that movie is, like, at least above, like, Moreau and X
Yes.
in my list. Is, like, it's boring, but the animation is good enough, and I can tell that it is trying its best to communicate the emotions it's wanting to get across with that animation. Like,
It's too clear that it is a gotcha game because no one is allowed to really have personality.
sure.
And like
Well,
I
that's
feel
just
like the overall
writing
like
more than-
finale, the overall like big thing was her just winning again and roaring again and doing the thing, and it's like, yep, we've already seen this, and it took like every step of the like the swimsuit episode, and then we got to fit in the now they're at like the fair, and now they're at like they're at the festival, and they're going, I don't know if I'm good enough. You just have to try. Yeah, I'll try. I'm gonna be good enough. And every fucking trope just shoved into the short run of it that made it feel so much longer and more like tiring. I did not enjoy it at all.
I still cannot believe that. Yeah, I can't believe this. Baffling, Owen says, is the better descriptor for Bridget's list beyond weird.
That's fair.
And on that note, guess who won the poll in the chat asking who has the weirdest list? Shocker, it's Bridget. Bridget has the weirdest list so far.
Oh, okay.
Anyone else have further thoughts on Uma Musume, or is that all we got?
Not
Yeah,
really.
it's a all right movie. I've cooled on it since we watched it, but I still think it's all right. And if it ever came out on Blu-ray, I'd probably get it,
For sure.
but I doubt it ever will.
Evie.
Yeah, I said on the episode, just like I wanted to, like, I was ready to like invite the Horse Girls into my heart. Like, I like sports movies, as we will get into later in the list, I'm sure. And it's like, but you gotta, like, I have to be sold on it, and it didn't sell me on it.
Yeah.
And so that's why it's being held up by like really nice animation.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
Yeah. Evie, speaking of, what's your next movie?
Speaking of really nice animation, Garden of Sinners is my next one, I think.
Okay, I can understand that. So Paradox Spiral is the next one for you. Can you get the tits off of the screen? Thank you, Bridget. Okay, Paradox Spiral for Evie. Next one for me is Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy. Is where that one
Kissed
is,
the girls and made them cry.
is where that film
Great.
pops out. Bree, what's your next one?
Actually, same.
Okay, Tinker Tailor as well for Bree. Bridget, what's your next movie?
My next movie is Deep Cover.
I'm
Nah.
leaving.
I can't.
Nope.
I can't. I cannot. I feel like you are, at this point, you are actually just doing this to fuck with me. Like, I cannot believe that
You've seen my fucking list.
No. Even you don't think X is that good.
There's no way.
Like, I know you don't think X is that good. Like, I think that you are just doing this to get a rise out of me.
No, I'm not. Come on. Why would I purposefully make this list to get a rise out of anybody?
Because having X this high, or at the very least above some of these movies, just doesn't make sense.
I mean, it makes sense in my head.
How?
I would buy it. I would buy it if I had.
You said that about Uma Musume too.
Yeah. Well, we're in contentious movies where they're all pretty good.
We'll talk about this when you finally tell us where you have X. Evie, what's your next movie?
I think I am at.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, it's hard.
It is. This is the toughest part of the list.
I think.
Is this where Freddy Got Fingered taps out?
I think it is. I think it's the Prince. No, I like the Princess Bride more than that.
Fred must paint the wall.
This is my Sisyphean curse, Bonnie.
I think Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy is here.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so it more or less tops out at the middle of all of our lists.
Yeah.
Which, like, for me, I talked about it the last episode. Like, the main thing for me is, like, as a viewing experience, it's not like it wasn't my favorite thing, but like the amount it had me thinking afterwards, like, really made up for it. Like, it was a pretty good time, but like it is something that feels better in reflection than it does in the moment.
Yeah, I found it really hard to follow, but the direction was beautiful. Like, the way it's shot, the way that it kind of captures the feeling of everyone just being so uptight and not wanting to dispel information in the time that it's portraying, like, that was really well put together. I felt like everyone that they had cast for it did their place really well. Like, just it was really good. It was a solid film.
Okay. Either of you girls have anything else to say on it?
Yeah, I ended up like being a little cooler on it than I was expecting. But I think it's a really great spy thriller.
Yeah. Like, that's the thing. I think for most of our lists, we've hit the point where, like, every movie at this point is at least, like, pretty good.
Yeah, I think so.
Like once you cross like the triplets like line, I think that's where like all the movies are at least like, yeah, this is all right. What are you doing over there, Bridget?
What do you mean?
It's one of the enemies from Baroque.
Yeah, it's the guy who sucks you.
The weird broccoli man.
That guy.
Anyways, the next movie for me is Prey 2022. What about you, Brie?
It is Garden of Sinners.
Okay.
Paradox Spiral.
Paradox Spiral for you.
It's our fifth or sixth co-host, depending on where you put Bisky.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Ziggy, I would say Ziggy is more active in co-host duties than Bisky tends to be.
Yeah, in that he will sometimes stop my recording.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As she is trying to prevent right now, trying to prevent him from doing so.
Yes, that's Ziggy.
Yep.
A fine cat.
Bridget, what's the next movie?
The next movie is
X, right?
Terminator Dark Fate.
What do you mean?
I don't get it.
Where's Ziggy's list? We're working on it.
I don't get it.
I don't either.
Bridget, I don't get it.
What?
Moving on. Evie, what's the next movie? No, we don't have to give it to X, Metamaton. We do not.
You never have to hand it to him. Okay, here's my shocker. I think Killers of a Flower Moon.
Oh, that's I think that's
X gotta give it to you. What?
That to me is actually pretty surprising that specifically Bridget has Killers of the Flower Moon higher than you do, Evie.
Yeah, we'll get into it.
Okay.
Yeah, where I'm at with that movie.
For sure. Okay, so now for me, after Prey. Okay. This for me is finally where Blade tops off. That's where Blade finally like rests.
Look, if you don't give it to X, then X gonna give it to you. Exactly, Casey.
Blade gets to rest right in the middle of the list for me.
Yeah.
Bree, what's your next one?
My next one is... I just had it up and I immediately forgot. My next one, after Paradox Spiral there, is Babe, Pig in the City. So Babe 2.
Where was the last Babe that someone planted?
I've added the X.
Has Babe come up yet?
Yeah. Evie, you brought up Babe, didn't you?
I brought it up, but I didn't. I put Prey.
Oh, okay. No. So this is now the first official spot for Babe, Pig in the City.
Don't get me wrong. Despite being the lowest to rate it, I do love that film.
Yeah.
What an absolute bizarre mindfuck
movie.
Yeah.
Bridget, what's yours after Terminator? Is this where X finally rests?
The people love that pig.
Yeah, you finally got to X.
Oh my fucking god. Okay, fucking explain yourself how this movie is as high as it is.
Well, it has a lot of neat animation. It is ass backwards as far as like trying to do anything.
But it's not even like entertaining in how it's ass backwards.
I was entertained.
I wasn't.
It was a well. Congratulations, you weren't entertained. I was entertained.
Like, here's my thoughts on it. Awful movie, a depressing waste of time that doesn't give a shit about any of its characters or conflicts. Would rather watch paint dry than ever see this film again.
Many, many times we hear that the end of the world is coming or a war is coming or whatever they kept saying, and it was the kind of thing that I was like, if this is actually what they were showing, it should have been interesting.
I need to explain for the people listening or watching right now, it is really difficult to make me angry at any given piece of media. Like the majority of the time I watch a thing and at worst I'm just kind of bored. I'm just sitting there like, okay, when is this gonna be over? X makes me mad when I watch it. Like, it is such an awful fucking experience whenever I have seen it.
Insult to my time is what comes to my mind.
Like, I believe that's how I, like, discussed it on the episode where we talked about it. It's just, like, few things feel like a waste of time. X 1999 feels like a waste of time. That is a movie that at the very least with Island of Dr. Moreau, I think that movie is worth seeing once. X 1999 I don't think is worth ever watching.
Yeah.
I think that is a basically worthless movie to experience.
Viewers at home, did you know one of the other times Jane was visibly angry with me showing her something that both angered and made her go to sleep was Blood Sea, another Clamp show.
Thing. Like, I think Clamp might just be bad.
There's a pretty good chance of that.
They might have gotten lucky with Cardcaptor Sakura. Like, a broke clock is right twice a day type deal. Anyways, does anyone else...
Magic Knight Ray Earth is good.
Twice a day. Anyways, does anyone else have further thoughts on X 1999?
Coca-Cola.
Well, no, it had branded cigarettes, right?
Well, it had Coke, didn't it? Or was it Pepsi?
Oh, yeah, I think it had both.
Evie, do you
Anyways,
Go ahead.
You know what they... Well, I think, isn't X the perfect movie for the halfway point? It's the X line!
No.
Nah.
X marks the spot?
No.
Lots of movies clear the X line. It's not a good metric.
Like, that's the thing for me. Deep Cover is a demonstrably better movie than X 1999. Like,
oh yeah, it is a better movie. But what would I like to rewatch?
Calvin Ball over here.
What would I like to rewatch more? It's probably X.
I would rather 9 times out of 10. Watch Deep Cover than
I would rewatch Deep Cover like 10 times before
maybe
I rewatch
4 out of
X.
5.
100%.
Yeah.
Maybe 4 out of 5, but like probably 9 times out of 10.
Yeah, like it's just inexplicable. It's fucking inexplicable. Evie,
I like how X connects to Saving Private Ryan. That's another great part of X.
That is pretty good.
Yeah, it was pretty funny.
Evie, what's your next one?
Oh shit, I closed the window that had the list of all the films in it. 1 second, I'll be right back. Okay, I think this is where I put Babe.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, Baby's gonna be climbing up higher in my rankings, so we'll get there.
That's fair.
Let's see. This for me is where Mandy tops off.
That's where I had it too.
Okay. She's copying my homework again.
I'm not.
We both got Mandy in that slot. Bridget, how about you?
Okay, after X the movie, we have Collateral.
So low.
I mean, at the very...
It was one below the top 10. What do you mean?
That's the thing. I can respect that more than... Like, we've gotten into the part of the list where it's like, these are the pretty good movies.
Yeah, alright.
Evie, what's the next one for you?
I think it's also Mandy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Next one for me is... Oh, this for me is where Paradox Spiral taps out. But we still gotta wait for Bridget to put that one up there. Bridget, do you have Paradox Spiral also?
No.
Okay, Bree, what's your next one?
It is Freddy Got Fingered.
Okay.
It was important to me that it be, if even at the bottom, in my top 10.
I can't believe it. Hey Bree, remember how contentious the Freddy Got Fingered episode was?
Yes, I do. It almost didn't air.
Evie has it at the very least on the same level as you do, if not higher. The person that you
I butted heads with probably the most.
yeah. Bridget, what's your next one?
Okay, we're at number 10s. Number 10.
Number 10.
Number 10.
Yeah, we've officially hit the top 10 on the list. So my number 10 was Paradox Spiral. Bree's number 10 is Freddy Got Fingered. Bridget's number 10 is...
The Island of Dr. Moreau, baby.
Oh, fuck off.
What do you mean, fuck off? You knew...
R.I.P. Val
Hun.
Kilmer, who's
Yeah.
apparently
Hun,
me in the ass.
You knew I haven't said the Dr. Moreau yet, so it was either going to be 10 or higher.
I know, I'm saying fuck off to that in general. Awful movie.
Yeah, it is fucking awful, but it's hilarious.
Here are the two saving graces of Island of Dr. Moreau that keep it from, like, the very bottom of the list for me, is, like, it's sometimes a fun watch the first time through, and the bizarre production history behind it is fascinating. Aside from that, terrible. Not worth watching.
Yeah, the production story is not a part of the film. I think when you told me that that's what moved it below the two bad animes that I had, was the realization of, like, that is funnier to watch how it fell apart than to watch the actual film.
Yeah.
Like, the film itself is so bad.
Yeah.
It's so bad.
It does not hold up steam throughout the whole way through. There are funny parts of it, but overall,
Mostly. There's some...
Not mostly.
Your first viewing of it feels like a fucking fever dream.
That's why I said it's sometimes a fun watch. Fever dreams aren't always exciting.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Well, I know. Sometimes it has a lower spot. You know, the fever's going down. You don't want to be fevered the whole time.
No, you don't.
Yeah, sometimes a fever dream is the fupa of a sewage monster feeding you sustenance as you watch your granddad have sex with a horse.
What's a fupa?
It's not... let's not talk about it. The point is, you...
I don't even know what to make of the sentence you just said, Bree, but...
Fever dream's not always fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, that's
about all I have to say.
That's how I saw shrimp and white wine.
White wine? Shrimp and white. It's too
so loud.
Yeah, it's bad. Evie, do you have any, like, little thoughts about Dr. Moreau?
Bad movie that has some fun trivia attached to it.
Yeah,
I guess.
Yeah. Then
Oh man, the ice bucket hat. Remember the ice bucket hat?
It's funny. It's funny.
Yeah, there's parts of that movie that are funny. I do not deny it. Evie, what's your number 10?
I think it's Freddy Got Fingered.
All right.
It's really funny that it ended up in the same place for us both.
It is. It's extremely funny. However, Bridget has it higher, so we can't talk it out quite yet. So number 9 for me is going to be... this is finally where Saving Private Ryan shows up for me.
All
is
right.
Number 9.
Oh, you mean my number 23?
Terminator Dark Fate.
Okay.
Which I think, does that mean, has everyone hit that now? Yeah.
Yes, everyone has hit Terminator Dark Fate.
Let
now
me
at this
say,
point.
like, already, let me just say, like, one of the first films to not Mexico filter Mexico.
Yeah,
Like,
that part
to
was
show how
pretty good.
fucking beautiful Mexico is, to have, like, a talk about, like, you know, automation of things, like, you know, the just, like, the risk of people losing jobs to technology, addressing that in a realistic and awesome way, and, like, the action is so good, it's shot so great, the car chase scenes, and just, like, everything is really, really good.
Okay.
I loved that film.
Lesbians.
Lesbians,
lesbians.
The realistic
Mommy.
weird dad Terminator who's just like, yeah, I've done the thing I did.
It's a pretty fun action movie. Like
You get to
even
hear him
if
talk about drapes. Like,
even if it loses steam for me, like in the final act of it, like it's the best Terminator 2 sequel because it at least tries to like build on the characters and is like consistent with the themes from the first two Terminator movies.
Oh man, that opening
Terminator
scene.
using the border patrol.
Yes, yeah.
Oh yeah, this
Yeah.
also
God.
talks about the fucking, you know.
when they talk about the prisoners and they're like, don't call them that, they're inmates. I was like, oh.
Yeah. Like,
You're selling me on this. Move it above Killers of the Flower Moon.
Wait for you. You want to do that?
Yeah, above Paradox Spiral.
Okay, 1 second here.
That opening scene where she just comes out with the shotgun and just bam, bam, bop, bop, bop.
It's really good.
Yeah, just like he fucking smokes Edward Furlong.
Okay. But yeah, good movie.
Great movie.
Pretty good movie.
Yeah.
Breeze number 9.
My number 9.
Well, no, that is your number 9, is what I'm saying.
Yes,
Bridget, what's your number 9?
Number 9.
My number 9 is Prey.
Okay. That means Bree is gonna have Prey 2022 at the highest on the list here.
Mm-hmm.
Evie, what's your number 9?
Saving Private Ryan.
Okay, and that's officially where it is tapped out for all of us at that point. Like, maybe one of the best pieces of, like, military propaganda, I think, ever made, like, in terms of, like, the quality of a movie.
I think that's one of the reasons I don't like it.
No, I totally get it. Like, I can understand why you and Bridget have that movie, like, lower on the list.
It's also boring.
That too.
I don't agree with that whatsoever.
I'd rather watch Saving Ryan's Privates.
Like,
Untrue.
like, it's Spielberg. It's not a boring movie. Spielberg knows how to, like, make a movie beat by beat, like, at least engaging.
Spielberg can make bored fucking shit. What are you talking about?
It is older age, but I think at the very least up to this line in his career, like, he's mostly good at making a thing that keeps you engaged all the way through. Like,
That's right. Engaged to my phone.
damn! If I had an air horn right now, I'd be like, but yeah, it starkly portrays, like, the at times. Oh, okay,
Thank
there we
you.
go.
Yeah.
The at times meaningless death and misery inflicted on soldiers by order of men who will never put their feet on the same soil that those guys do. Like, despite it being military propaganda, I do think it is, like, the closest a major US studio made film where it will ever get to being anti-war,
Yeah.
you know? Like,
It's like it falls. I think it falls into the trap of, like, show it, like, it makes an argument for, like,
you don't it's the Eric Andre joke of, like, do you support the troops? You support the individual troops, but, like, the
yeah. Well, what I mean is, like, how do you depict war in a way that doesn't ultimately make it look, you know, cool?
Yeah.
And like I feel like the movie really tries, and like it makes it like horrifying in like a number of ways, but ultimately is like, wow, they really did do the thing and protect our
cool
protect our
robot.
rights or whatever.
Wow, thank you, Owen. Thank you for the ringing endorsement. He says, "How's the list going? I got on a good Nubby's number factory run and stopped paying attention." I mean,
It's going.
Thank you for your comment,
Owen,
Alan.
please, while we're streaming, stop playing with your nummies.
at the very least, don't talk about it in public. I mean, I feel like the list is going pretty good. We've broken into the top 10. Like we've started finally like tapping out some of the entries that should not be as high as they are on the list. So it's going good. And we are now moving on to number 8.
Yes.
I will bounce my balls off whatever I like, Sass, says Owen.
There's balls. Yeah.
This, for me, number 8, is where Babe, Pig in the City tops out.
Righto.
Which means Bridget is the one last person to have that on their list at the same level or higher. Bridget, do you have that one at 8?
It's higher.
It's higher. Okay. Can be argued Saving Private Ryan had a fucked cultural impact by inspiring Call of Duty, says Casey. Yeah, absolutely. That's what I mean when I say it's like maybe like one of the most like one of the best made pieces of military propaganda of like all time. Like we would not have these last 2 decades of like war games without Saving Private Ryan, for all the better and worse that entails. Mostly worse.
If only it was war games.
What? The only way to win is to not play?
Yeah, like Call of Duty as a franchise, like finishes the arc that Saving Private Ryan started that I was talking about, where just like the first Call of Duty, like fairly like intending to be the sort of like
war is hell type.
War is hell, like, oh, we're going to show these guys getting gunned down in Stalingrad and they don't have a gun, they only have like ammo or whatever.
Yeah.
And then just like it just eventually just turns more and more.
Eventually you have Alucard versus Jay and Silent Bob on the warfield.
I mean, you don't even have to go to that shit, and you could just point to like full on like revisionist history of like,
yeah, you look at like Call of Duty 4, and it's like, yeah, it's all there.
It eventually hits the end of the TV show Barry, where it becomes like, now people look at it and go, yeah, but that was important though. Like, that was really good. Like, we need more.
Yeah.
Hi, Hexagon Witch.
Hello, Hexagon Witch.
Welcome to the chat. It is in fact a podcast.
Saying hi.
And hey, for my number 8, I think this is finally where I want to put Little Miss Sunshine.
Okay. That's a respectable.
Yeah.
That's the first place that Little Miss Sunshine has showed up, so that's pretty good.
Yeah.
As number 8 being the lowest that film has showed up at.
Sure.
Yeah.
Bridget, what's your number 8?
It is also Little Miss Sunshine.
Well, there you go. A solid number 8 so far. Evie, are you gonna continue the streak and have Little Miss Sunshine?
No, I think I'm gonna put on. I think this is. I think The Princess Bride goes here for me.
Okay. Princess Bride.
I'll be right back.
Okay. Oh, oops. For sure. Have a good pee. Is that everyone's Princess Bride? No, Bree has the Princess Bride higher.
I think it's a little higher for me, yeah.
Okay.
I forget where exactly, but it's on the list.
Do we want to hold off on continuing the lists until Bridget gets back?
I think that would be fair.
To continue using her puppet.
Yeah. Who, for the life of her, just looks like she's sitting there peeing.
I just saw Ziggy sit down on the bed,
hi,
and like the
Ziggy.
way that he just like splooted his feet out to get comfy.
Oh,
I
wait.
just thought it was very funny.
It's the Eevee minute.
Oh, it's the Eevee minute.
Live.
Oh shit, live Eevee minute. Okay, who does anyone have any question for me?
Yeah. Chat. It's time for the Eevee Minute. Get your questions in.
This is the EVAMA.
How old is Ziggy?
How old is Ziggy? He is he's like around 10 years old.
Oh, Grandpa Kitty.
He was around I got him in 2016. He was about a year and a half old.
Aw, righto.
Yeah, so he's getting up there a little bit.
Angy old me.
For sure.
Yeah, grumpy old man.
Yeah.
Aw. What hair products do you use?
You
I
do
use,
have
like-
luscious hair.
Thank you. I mostly just like I shampoo every once in a while, and it's just like I found a conditioner that I like, and I throw that on.
Hell yeah.
Any fun anecdotes about Ziggy?
One time, one time, I got home. This was, before I started living in this apartment, and I couldn't find him anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Like I was looking around, and like he was lost. And I was like freaking out. I was calling my sister, just like, did he slip out? Like when I was like coming inside or something. Like right after I called my sister about it, and like we were going to start looking for him, I walked over to this drawer right here, which had one of the drawers open, and he just like popped his little head out of the drawer because he had been hiding inside of the dresser the entire time, and I didn't notice.
My goodness.
Okay. Next up for me, this is where deep cover finally lands, is at number 7 on my list. Bridget, are you muted or purposefully or unintentionally?
I'm nibbling on something.
Oh, she's nibbling on.
Okay.
Eating on the podcast, gonna make a really bad ear feel for the people listening at home. Bree, what's your number 7?
Mulholland Drive.
Alcestis.
Mulholland
Bad
Drive.
mouth feel.
Mulholland
Jumpy
Drive.
cat.
Mulholland Drive.
All right, Mulholland Drive at number 7 for Bree. Bridget, what's your next one?
My next one. Is Killers of a Flower Moon.
Okay. Yay, it made it into the top 10 on someone else's list. That isn't mine.
Yeah,
Rightfully
unfortunately, it's the most crazy person's list. So,
Yeah.
Evie, what's your number 7?
I think my number 7 is. I think it is. I think it's Blade.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I believe
It's
that
everyone's Blade. Yeah.
officially where Blade tops off is at number 7 on Evie's list. What a fun fucking movie. Like,
Movie kicks ass. It's it's awesome.
like, I wish comic book movies were still as stupid, cool, and earnest as Blade is as a film. Like, it knows exactly what the hell it is. It doesn't try to, ironically shimmy away from taking itself seriously, or, like, it doesn't try to, like, pristinely make itself up to be more presentable for the masses. It's just, no, this is a movie about a dude who kills vampires and is really cool while he does it.
And that I do strongly give it that. Like, everything about, like, the overproduction of, like, what the whole Marvel thing that happened, where it was like, no, like, this is what this should be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, it's...
Also, the vampires are capitalists.
Yes.
yes, there's that side of it, too.
The fast-forwarded first part that we were pretty sure was shot to be more menacing and, like, longer, that for some reason just goes in fast motion on, like, any other scene in the movie. It's like, what is going on?
fantastic CG effects.
Yeah, some, like, really inspired CG choices in there. Alright. Returning to me. This is where Little Miss Sunshine tops off for me. Evie, do you have it higher or same spot?
I mean, you should know at this point that I don't know until it's my turn.
Okay, for sure. We'll get to it when we get to it then. The bit where he mouths "what the fuck," yes, it is peak cinema on that part. Okay,
Some motherfuckers.
Oh yeah, the
always try to
part where
ice
they
skate
miss fight, like they try to fight and miss each other.
The spin kicks, like, great. Yeah, my number 6, Little Miss Sunshine. What's your number 6, Bree?
It is The Princess Bride.
Okay, and that is where The Princess Bride tops off, I believe.
Did you have it too?
Yeah, I had that earlier.
Oh, right.
Yeah. Good movie.
Yeah.
Like, let me see.
We talked about it at great length in its episode, and that like it is like it's a story about telling stories.
Yeah, it's fun, but tongue-in-cheek in a way that isn't allowed to exist in pop culture anymore.
Yeah.
Like, just pure sincerity, like, distilled into an hour and 40 minutes.
It isn't talking to the camera, you know?
It's really fun for that.
Yeah.
Do I feel a strong need to go back to it anytime soon? No, but it was a good time.
It's a comfort watch for me now, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyone have other things to touch on in Princess Bride?
Shout out to Andre.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Andre
Andre the Giant.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, just like really awesome performances in that movie. And it's just like, I don't know, it's just good. It's just a good movie.
Yeah.
I don't know what
It's a very quotable film, but I think it might have been Evie pointed out, I think, but like in its quotes, like you would just, by just getting it through that and cultural osmosis, you lose everything that makes those lines have any meaning.
Yeah.
You know? Like it's really well executed. It's such a lovable cast. Again, another one of those like perfectly cast films, and just like, it's just very, very nice.
Yeah.
It's very silly, very physical comedy. Getting attacked by the giant rats, you know?
Yeah.
It's, you know, falling into the sandpit. Like, really well done.
Evie puts it well. It's like, it's maybe the best delivery of that vibe of like those specific like 80s fantasy movies, like Labyrinth or Neverending Story. It's like the best one to do that.
Legend.
Well, that was Casey. You said Evie.
Oh, Casey, sorry. Misspoke. Bridget, what's
I
your...
was about to say, I didn't say that.
Casey's like, I'm not Evie.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm sorry.
I'm not Stu.
I'm not still.
Rodents of unusual size? No, I don't think those are real.
That's so good.
Bridget, what's your number 6?
My number 6 is Mulholland Drive.
All right. We're starting to get down to the wire on these movie choices. Evie, what's yours?
I think it is. Damn.
No, yeah, we're getting down to it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I think it might be.
Ooh, the suspense is killing me.
I think it's. Oh, I can't. Oh, it's so hard.
If only she'd made the list beforehand.
Yeah, if only. But then you would lose out on this drama.
That's true.
No, yeah, that's fair.
I think it's the first slam dunk.
Oh, heartbreak. I was really hoping to see that one made it into every one of our top 5s.
Yeah.
But that's...
It's in the you gotta see this quadrant, though.
Yeah.
Yes,
so.
100%. And then we have now entered the top 5 movies that we watched this year. And
Number 10.
number 5. Number 5 for me is, double check that I read it right, is also the first slam dunk. So that's where, does anyone else have the first slam dunk at number 5? Bridget?
Nope.
Okay, then we will discuss that later. Bree, what's your number 5?
This is where we top out Prey.
This is where Prey tops out. Okay.
Everyone getting mad at woke present day lost how fucking good that film was.
It really is like a fun, like consistently fun action movie with great set pieces. Like,
It's really great.
I don't have a lot to say about it beyond that, but like sometimes that's just all you need from a movie.
Yeah.
Is like good, consistent action and set pieces to get you through it.
Yeah, it's like it's rad.
Yeah.
Great movie,
Mhm.
but also it's just like it's
The People's Joker.
it's one of those people's Joker.
I don't know what to say about the People's Joker.
Yeah, Prey is a really cool movie. I do recommend people watch it, but it's like it ended up like as I sat with it, it ended up feeling kind of like inessential.
Yeah.
You know,
For sure.
I could agree with that. Bridget, do you have anything else to say about Prey?
What I'll say about Prey is that was a cool ass film.
For sure.
It was pretty cool.
Then, Bridget, what is your number 5 on the list?
Unfortunately, I don't have a oink meter, but it is Babe Pig in the City.
Okay, and that's where Babe finally tops off as your number 5.
Number
Good fucking movie.
Yeah.
Like, it is a fever dream of a film.
In the good way.
Yeah, in a great fucking way. Like, Bridget, you describe, like, Island of Dr. Moreau as a fever dream. No, that's a boring fever dream. Babe Pig in the City is a fucking fever dream of a movie.
that movie's fucking wild.
Yeah. Taking
like-
place in every metropolis at once.
Like an animated kids film brought to live action via like George Miller and the rest of the production staff. Like just masterful craft. Great blending of like animal acting, light CG and puppetry, otherworldly set design, chaotic storytelling that like somehow manages to weave together an emotionally resonant, if simple narrative. Like this movie should not be as good as it is.
Yeah.
But it is. That'll do,
that's
Pig.
some pig.
That'll do. But yeah, those are my thoughts on Babe Pig in the City. Anyone else have other thoughts or?
I still like
Chaos Theory.
like the way that like the almost like World War II nature of like the people coming in to like round up the animals is like fucking terrifying how that's shot.
Radio Inactive says they showed Babe Pig in the City to their mom and she somehow thought it was normal. Meanwhile, they were shaking from it.
Shaking is the more normal response to that. Like, yeah,
That
it's
happened to my
one
buddy.
film.
Yeah,
That
this
happened
happened to
to
my
my-
buddy Eric once.
Yeah. Oh man.
All right, Evie, what's your number 5?
Number 5.
All right, I want to call an audible here.
Oh no.
I want to swap the first slam dunk of Little Miss Sunshine.
Okay, well, first, I guess let's talk about Little Miss Sunshine, which is now your number 6. So what a just great hug of a movie. Like, especially, I think for me, with what I went through over the last couple of weeks, like, it really helped me, like, reflect even more so on, like, the nature of like the nuclear family and like just how much like it is a fucked up thing and sometimes it can feel weirdly like a prison, but like you still will have those moments where everyone is just like able to fucking sync up and be like, no, like we're gonna take care of each other here. And I think Little Miss Sunshine just like really fucking perfectly captures that in a way that like few films have before.
For sure.
Anyone have other thoughts to say about Little Miss Sunshine?
No, I think that about does it.
The car
it's just-
horn.
I don't know.
Huh?
The car horn.
The car horn.
Also, the very
just
just
like-
like
it's-
relatable way of like your ex walking in on you at like the worst possible time
Yeah.
in your recovery from your ex.
Oh man. Yeah, just a lot of
I'm weighing my options.
good ass jokes in
Yeah.
that movie.
Really good visual
And then,
gags.
so retroactively, Evie has Little Miss Sunshine at her 6, and now the first slam dunk has officially made it into at least all of our top 5s. Hell yeah. Love
Yeah.
to see it.
Yep.
Now for my number 4. My number 4 is finally where Good Will Hunting falls. Does anyone else have Good Will Hunting at number 4?
No.
No.
I don't.
No, I know you don't. You have it
Wow.
you have it way at number 19.
I don't have it at number 4.
Okay, for sure. Bree, what's your number
I'm thinking
4?
deep cover.
Deep cover, yeah. Is that where deep cover maxes out for everyone?
I don't think that's on Eevee's yet.
It's not on Eevee's yet. Okay, Bridget, what is your number 4?
My number 4 is Freddy Got Fingered.
Hell yeah.
Right,
The highest rated. Yeah, you forgot Freddy was just waiting in the wings.
Ready to jerk off a horse cock right in front of you.
Yeah.
Still shocking 20 years later, still transgressive 20 years later, even if it doesn't hold up as much on repeat viewings. The fact that this movie got funded by a major studio and it got nationwide distribution is astonishing. It's worth watching at least once for that context.
I as a fan of like absurdist humor and just like the many like some of the even just the like get the fuck out of my way after the touching moment with the car, like those little things that every time I watch it I actually bust up laughing.
No, yeah,
it's so insane.
There are good jokes in that movie.
The kid getting hurt.
That's not a good joke in this movie. In that movie,
I think it's kind of funny though.
Jay, how much were we just saying my hooves?
that
very
doesn't mean
quotable.
That's called having like a fucking vocal stim.
Yep.
That's not me necessarily thinking it's funny.
Oh man, but
Also, Me Tomaton says Good Will Hunting, the movie that asks the immortal question: could transition have saved her?
yeah.
No, that's the question asked by Lil Miss Sunshine, more
Yeah.
so.
Son of a bitch, he stole my endocrinologist.
All right, so that's where Freddy Got Fingered tops out. Does anyone
All right.
else have other things to say about Freddy, or is that
Just
it?
amazing cultural landmark of a thing that happened.
Great movie.
Just like-
Even on the podcast, I was like, I like the movie.
At the end, letting me drown.
Yeah, it's just like
Because we're aggro.
I just as time goes on, as it's surprising how much that movie has just continued to stick with me. It's just like I think
It's
about
weird, right?
just fucked up shit that happens in it. Just like wow,
Oh,
the fucking back. The extended shot of Rip and Tord like driving up in his truck, coming home after work, walking in, and he just sees
The backwards van.
the backwards man. It's just so fucking funny.
Backwards van, backwards van.
Backwards, man.
that's one of those things I
Backwards,
see, and I'm like, I can see me doing this. Like, there's too much.
That's a thing that I would not be surprised to come home from work one day and see Bree
Yeah.
doing.
Like, I don't mind admitting that hits me in too real a place.
Okay. Evie, what is your number 4 on this list?
Oh, it is. I think it is Collateral.
Okay, that's respectable. That's a respectable place for Collateral to fall. Okay, that means we are officially into the top 3 films that we all watched this year. So, actually, funnily enough, that is also where Collateral falls for me. Collateral is number 3 on my list. Bree, what's your number 3?
My number 3 is Good Will Hunting.
Okay. I think that is it on everyone. Well,
Nope.
Yet to be seen for Evie's side of the list.
Yeah.
So number 3 on Breeze is Good Will Hunting. Bridget, what's your number 3?
Number 3. It's Mandy.
Wow, I'm surprised that is so high for you. What for you like brings that one, like puts that one so high up on the list?
The style and the vibes are just so immaculate. Like, of all the things we watched, for me, as like just as far as like art direction wise, that is the movie that sticked out the most in my head.
That's really fair. Like, it's hard to do justice to like the ethereal beauty of this movie and like the violent tragedy that is like included in there. Like, the way that I wrote it down here is like Panos Cosmatos is like so locked in to how like metal as a musical genre like is able to emotionally resonate with people like in the art direction of that film.
That's a good way to put that.
Like that was the thing that really struck me. Like, it's obvious when you watch the film how inspired it is by like by metal, like aesthetically.
Sure.
But like it wasn't until I was like trying to reflect on it for like my thoughts in this year-end thing that I was like, no, yeah, he's like literally trying to like channel the emotions that are felt when you listen to like a really good like concept metal album or something like that.
How many movies are you gonna get a chainsaw fight in? Like,
not just chainsaw, it's the like big ass chainsaws.
big ass chainsaws. Cut down a
Like
fucking full-grown
they're
redwood with
wielding
those
them like
bastards.
fucking claymores.
Like broadswords.
Yeah, it's like Cloud Strife would have that fucking thing to do his woodlanding, you know, like
But yeah,
insane.
good fucking movie. Evie, what is your number 3?
My number 3 is Deep Cover.
So we finally have maxed out on Deep Cover now. I mean, speaking of a movie that just has a phenomenal fucking like art direction to it, like Deep Cover is like it's got fucking style, man.
Does. It's so good all throughout. Like the way that its direction is incredible.
Yeah. The notes that I wrote is like the American justice system laid bare in its like ineffective and self-destructive bureaucracies, like undercover cops selling dope to the communities they're supposedly meant to protect in order for the agencies they work for to get closer to the foreign agents who will eventually rise to power and the US government will need to befriend. Like, it's rotten to the fucking core, whether it's the red, white, and blue of police lights or the red, white, and blue of the American flag. Like, it's just fucked from top to bottom.
Yep.
And Deep Cover, like, nails that so well.
It
as
really
a film.
does.
Yeah, it does a great job of like it's got of weaving that into this one guy's story of just like from the point that we see him like swear to himself that just like I'm not gonna fucking die like my dad did to like to him like stealing a whole bunch of money from the drug cartels or whatever, and like turning on his like FBI boss. Like it is it's great.
Yeah,
Giant
movie.
barbecue jumbo shrimp, motherfucker.
Great quotes for that movie too.
Merry Christmas.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
Well,
Jeff Goldblum at his most unhinged.
It has super ultra mega cocaine.
oh yeah, the super cocaine.
Super cocaine, yeah.
Okay, and now we are into the top 2 movies that we watched this year. My number 2 is Mulholland Drive by David Lynch. And the only other person who has that on their list higher at the same level is Evie. Evie, do you know yet whether or not it's at 2 or 1?
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
Yeah, it's at number 2.
Okay, so we'll skip ahead just because we've narrowed down the list so much.
All right.
But like, I it's impossible for me to like, for the purposes of this like season finale podcast, to like tersely summarize like what it is that makes that film rank so high for me, but like it's just fucking good. Like there's a like core human element to it that like lives in my soul that like I just cannot put into words. Like I'm looking forward to like later on this week I'm actually gonna get to see this movie in theaters for the first time, and I feel like that's gonna be fucking transformative.
Oh, I'm sure.
For me.
Yeah.
But fucking rest in peace, David Lynch.
Yeah, there's so much stuff going on in this movie. It's one like you could be like, I feel like you could be tempted to treat it like a puzzle box sort of thing, where it's just like, what's really going on in Mulholland Drive? But like, it's I feel like that doesn't contain all of it. You know?
I just realized what the top two for Bridget's list are, because they aren't on her side of things. So
we'll get to it.
What's your number two, Bree?
Number 2, let's talk about Collateral.
All right. Well, yeah. I mean, let's fucking talk about Collateral.
As someone who has done Ubering for 6 years and who has been the psychotic person in one, I feel a little bit of both of those main characters in me. I just, there is such this beautiful conversation being had the whole time around like basic like morality and like just the way that things are viewed. You know, like on one side you've got the like, you know, the guy kind of speaking through realism of just like, you know, people die every fucking day. What's the big deal? You know, like him being on the extreme of just like, I do what I gotta do. And then there's the other guy who just will not take action, despite very much more being in the light of being positive. It's like, what the fuck are you doing with your life? You know, each of them learns from each other in a way.
Yeah.
A lot of just like really great characters in there. Even some of the ones that, you know, some of their targets that the guy has to go after, like, just really great written character, like the blues player, like fucking his story is just amazing.
Yeah.
And like watching that immediately come down to the like, you know, like, oh, so I figured you out, by the way. Yeah, it's just like, and the look in his eyes, like, oh man, it's so fucking good.
I would maybe argue that it's Michael Mann's like magnum opus. Like people like to point to Heat being like his best movie, which it's probably his best movie, but I feel like Collateral so perfectly captures like the kind of like the personal isolation that we all experience in like modern American society specifically. Like everyone is always striving to be like successful, like our society expects us all to be like firing on all cylinders, but like that perfectionism like sucks all of your time away that you should be giving to like people around you, and it also like leaves us alienated when we do like reach that higher echelon of like perfectionism in our lives. Los Angeles is like the perfect city to try and tell that story through. Having it under the cover of night is like genius, because like the way that I put it in my note here is like, under the cover of night you can feel like a dying star, a lonely star dying millions of miles away from other stars that may have already died years ago, but like occasionally a signal like cuts through and you know you're not alone in the world. And that's like the struggle that like Vincent and Max go through over the course of that movie. Like it's really fucking beautifully poetic as a film, despite like technically just being an action thriller. Like it's fucking great.
It's really quite something. Just thinking about like, isn't it also one of the films that really makes guns properly loud?
Well, yeah, I mean, like Michael Mann just does that.
Yeah, like I think about like the shotgun that goes off during the club scene where it's just like,
Owen simply says Jamie Foxx is very hot.
She is very hot.
Jamie Foxx is Max, the cab driver.
I got the actors mixed up.
You're thinking of
me.
Jada Pinkett Smith.
They're both very hot.
Yes, they
Yeah,
are.
it was awesome.
I mean, all three of them are attractive in that movie.
Yeah, Murder Daddy is kind of hot too. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I'd let him step on me. But the point is, I'm bi. Listen,
Anyone else have further thoughts to say about Collateral?
The way that it looks with like its early like kind of digital filmmaking is so cool.
Mhm.
Owen says his best role until the E3 2015 Weed event.
Someone pull up a gif of that for the stream.
Yeah, imagine me pointing to a sign that says "weed"
Weed.
behind me.
It's weed. It's weed. Bridget, what's your number 2?
My number 2 is a CG animated cartoon
Okay.
called The First Slam Dunk.
Let's finally talk about the first fucking Slam Dunk. What a good fucking movie! The
It's
first
my number
Slam
1,
Dunk
by the way.
is.
Yeah, hold on. Dude.
Yeah, like we haven't put it down for me.
Okay, fine.
We'll
I
get
guess
to
I
it.
didn't realize that you had it that high.
Yeah.
Okay. And we know that Evie's number 2 is Mulholland Drive. So now we're at the number 1 films of everyone for this year. And I think each of us have a different number 1,
Oh.
which is actually kind of shocking to me. My number 1 is it's Killers of the Flower Moon.
Damn.
Like, what the fuck, y'all? What the fuck is wrong with all of you? How is this not at least in the top 10 for all of you?
It is! Well, it's in my top 10.
Like, with the potential of this movie being, like, the last film that arguably the most iconic and influential director of the 20th century, like, will ever make, like, the movie feels, like, extremely fucking important, especially as a piece of like art that serves as a means of the director also like confronting his more ill-regarded tendencies in his filmmaking throughout the years.
Yeah, but he confronts it by also kind of indulging in them by like making most of the movie about this Native woman's shitty husband instead of about her.
Yeah, that's one of the things.
I would say that it doesn't indulge in it in the same way that his other movies do, though. Like, something like Goodfellas feels like it's trying to have fun. Like,
I think that's why I like that a lot better than The Godfather.
Like, Goodfellas wants you to be, like, entertained despite everything that's happening. Like, Killers of the Flower Moon treats itself with, like, a reverence and, like, tonality that's like, no, this shit isn't fun. Like, all of this shit that's happening is fucking awful. And, like, it's not simply that, like, it's genocide that you are seeing. It is specifically complicity, is, like, someone being complicit to the mechanisms of the genocide.
And I think this is where...
make it as effective as it is.
I think this is where I get into the defense of my point, where it's like, they do that masterfully, and I think that is incredibly done, and I think it does take the amount of time to tell this story. Watching that story, like, if you're aware of genocide, if you're living in these current times, it's a really fucking unpleasant thing to watch, and thus it gets that across very well. But as a film, I don't want to watch that. I'll just watch the news if I want to be depressed. Like, it's just like the complicit nature of how people react to this stuff, like the watching everything slowly tear an entire people apart. That's too real for me to like enjoy watching a film about that and like really absorb that. It's one of those, I had to watch that on a very particular day that I could stomach it. Like, that is to say, it did an amazing job of it. I don't think it's enjoyable to watch, and when I watch a film, I want to, like, I don't know. It's just, I don't like watching things that hurt.
I don't for me ultimately, like, it's the ending of that movie that is just the kind of shit that is going to stick with me for, like, at the very least in regards to, like, my experiencing of art.
Yeah.
Like, the ending of that movie is going to be something that, like, sticks with me for the rest of my life.
Sure.
Like, Martin Scorsese himself on the screen, like directly confronting this idea, and then specifically you get the release of seeing that these people that the American Empire tried so fucking hard to just wipe off the map are still alive and still like doing their best to survive in the world. Like that to me is like so fucking resonant that like no, that this feels like maybe one of the most important films of the 21st century. And like that is why it is my number one.
Yeah, I don't disagree.
Personally.
Yeah, I don't agree, or like, excuse me, I don't disagree that stuff is like really powerful, and like it was incredible to watch, but it was also like I do think like there's a feeling of, because it may be Martin Scorsese's last movie, just like he kind of can't help himself, where he's just like, you know, he's gonna have Leo in this fucking movie, and Leo's gonna be there for most of the runtime.
Yeah,
and also he's gonna stunt cast a bunch of alt country guys into various roles in the film. Just like the biggest piece of shit is played by Sturgill Simpson, or it's just like, okay, yeah, sure, whatever. But yeah, like I don't disagree. It's just like the stuff that bugs me about it just like kind of kept it from hitting like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Leo in another role as a racist.
Bridget, do you have any other thoughts to say about Killers of the Flower Moon?
It's really it's a tough movie and to get through, but I do think it's pretty darn good. It is something I personally would never watch again, but it is good.
Yeah, same.
Okay. In that case, Bree, it's time for your number one, which
Let me tell you.
Spoiled.
Well, everyone knows it wasn't on here yet for mine.
The first slam
Let me
dunk.
tell you why the first slam dunk is my number one, and this is going to explain a lot of my ranking here for things.
Okay.
What I want in a film, my eyes can't leave the screen. I am captivated. It looks amazing. It is directed amazing. It captures the story, which is basically the end chapters of like this entire manga, perfectly in a way that me, someone who hasn't read the manga that it's based on, could completely understand what was going on without a huge information dump, without a bunch of lore spitting or talking to the camera too hard. Like, no, they got it across. They let you know everything you needed to about these characters. It was just so fucking good and intense, and to the last goddamn minute, you hit that slow-mo point with it where you're watching this going, I need this to come together. You're on the edge of your fucking seat. It is beautiful. It is heart-ripping. I cried every time I watched it, and I will every subsequent time that I plan on watching it again. It is the best animated thing I have ever seen in my entire life. Like, animation-wise, I'm saying, like, the best animation I've ever seen. Making, like, rotoscoped animation into a perfect, seamless thing. We talk about it a lot in its podcast. Like, this is the probably the best thing I've ever seen. I was so glad that I picked this because, like, I still think about it constantly. I mean, and I think it is one of the greatest films ever.
I return to my final thoughts that like I had during the podcast, where like it feels like it is in the same conversation as an Akira or Nausicaa in terms of like being important to the medium and animation as an artist adapting their own work from page to screen and doing it so well that it transcends and becomes like its own like masterpiece beyond even just the original work. And especially, I don't know if I talked about it during the podcast, but something I thought about when I was writing these notes is just like it feels like, in a way, when you consider how much time has passed since he made Slam Dunk originally, it almost feels like him reflecting on Slam Dunk after 30 years, like as his most, like, as the thing that put him on the map as a mangaka. Like, it's it feels like a meditation in that sense of someone's career.
Yeah.
So it's really fucking good. For the people that are listening to the podcast, watching us right now, if you have not watched the first Slam Dunk yet, you should watch the first Slam Dunk.
It's on Netflix.
Yeah.
It kicks ass.
Yeah.
It is maybe my favorite sports movie I've ever seen, because it's just like it like it captures the feeling of like a really good basketball game, of like one that you're really invested in and you're like on the edge of your seat watching.
Mhm.
And it's like it takes all of those feelings and just like amps them up, and does so. The way it tells its story is so smart, and it's like I said this before, like, or I said this on the episode, but it's just like, from the moment that you see like where it like sketches in like all of like the characters on the team, you're just like, those are my dudes. Those are my guys. I don't know anything about them, but like I'm like I want them to win forever.
Yeah, it's just so fucking good. Bridget, do you have anything specifically to say? Bridget? Bridget?
Hello?
Hello?
How are you?
Can you hear me?
Yes,
Yeah,
we can
yes.
hear you. You weren't saying anything, so...
Well, sorry, they were dogs barking.
Oh, okay.
It's a really good CG animated film.
Mm-hmm.
I already talked about it on the podcast, but Toy, at least besides Orange, at least seems to understand CG. We didn't finish it at the time, but me and Evie watched through Girls Band Cry, which is also Toy, and obviously it's not going to look as good as a full feature-length movie, but even their TV animation there was really good.
Mm-hmm.
And to Radioactive 99, I can't wait for you to check that out. I hope you love it.
They say they'll watch it when they get to the episode. They want to feel like they're watching the movie with us, which is very sweet.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
All right, well, moving on to Bridget's number one. It's the only one you haven't listed, so do you want to tell us why you have Paradox Spiral as your number one film on your list? I'm assuming that dogs are still barking on her side of things because she is currently radio silent and not moving. Her puppet is not moving.
Sorry,
wait.
the dogs were barking at the door.
Yeah,
Dogs were barking.
you got the dogs barking.
The dog. Easy minute 2. No.
So Paradox
Nope, she's
Spiral.
back.
Paradox Spiral, your number one. What puts that one above the rest?
Paradox Spiral is the best movie in a series of 7+ films. That it's almost like a really good episode of The Twilight Zone is how I best would
Sure.
describe it. In terms of like trying to figure out what is happening
Mhm.
in terms of the plot. It's just a really solid film with the caveat that it is the 5th movie in a series
Oh yeah,
of
like,
movies.
that's the thing that's so like kind of miraculous about that movie is like it still manages to like condense down so many of the ideas that are like presented through the entire series while still making it like very digestible.
Yeah, it's it's okay as a standalone film, and that's beautiful in that. And you know, of the ones that you've shown me of them, I think that is my favorite so far. Like, it is really good.
Like
Haagen-Dazs.
It's fascinating. It's a like entrancing action thriller that uses like Lynchian film language, like that blending of the real and the unreal to like present a Buddhist meditation on finding meaning in a real world when you live a fake existence. Like it's really it's real fucking good.
Yeah,
And
that's the real reason is I'm in the pocket of big Haagen-Dazs, and they told me to
Yeah.
make the movie #1 on the list.
ah, damn
I'm being held up at gunpoint. That's why you can't see the real me.
it.
Help!
Oh no. All right, then last but not least, we got Evie with her #1, which the only one you got left on there is
Good Will Hunting.
The Germa movie.
why is this one so higher?
I don't know. It just hit.
It does.
Like it when we watched it together, like it made me cry. Like it was like I don't know. It's just a really powerful film.
Yeah.
It is.
And like a fantastic performance from Robin Williams.
Oh yeah.
And just like the scene where like him and where like he tells Will that it's not his fault. Like it's just
That fucking kills me.
it's just annihilated, just
Yeah.
destroyed.
Like
it's
oh sorry, go ahead. You
no,
completely-
yeah, it's just like it just like it is like we've talked about like a number of these movies that are just like they're just like feel good movies
Mhm.
or just like movies that like they're like a warm hug.
Yeah.
Like this is something where like it pierces through like it is like it feels cathartic
Yeah.
Yeah.
to experience it.
Like it's hard to like it's a movie that feels like it shouldn't be as good as it is. Like when you
Yeah.
consider that it's written by like college students, like it's impossible for it to not have like a level of like emotional naivete
Uh-huh.
to it for like what it's trying to like tackle and talk about throughout the course of it. But there's such a sincerity to like the characters and where they come from that like you're able to look past that, and it has that core understanding that like sometimes life just fucks us up in ways that is like no fault of our own. And like for people for that like demographic, like young cis men, like that is a thing that a lot of people like that especially need to hear and admit, like if they ever want to like grow as people.
Yeah.
Like that is the thing that the movie understands. Like even if there's a level of naivete, it understands like the only way you can grow from where you are is by being able to move past those things.
No, yeah.
Like
Before I came out, like I had many years of my life where like I underwent a ton of just trauma of things that were beyond my control, went through a bunch of very unfair bullshit, and just like it made me very much that kind of someone who, like, for whatever potential I had, I just went like, fuck it, I don't need it, screw it, you know? I hung out with people for whom if you see your crackhead friend pop up into the police station, you're like, hey, I know you, what's up? You know, that was kind of me. Like, I was kind of that person, the one who's like hanging out in a bar with a shirt that's fallen apart at the collar, you know? But just like, you know, this feeling that like you can't push forward, that everything has taken everything from you, and that you still somehow put that on yourself, and you feel this guilt for like any of the static that went on in like your previous end of life, that you've been made to feel like shit is just your fault because of the trauma you've been through. It hits me so fucking hard, and similarly to Evie, like I cry every time I watch it. It's so goddamn powerful. And it's just really good, and like, you know, it's, I can't say enough to sing its praises, but yeah, it's a comforting and beautiful film.
Yeah. All right. Well, with that, we have
Our
seen,
lists. Hey!
with that, we've seen all of our individual lists, and guess what? It's time for the first secret segment of this podcast. Hold on here. How do I insert a column? We're gonna wait. How do I move?
Oh, wait.
There we go.
There. All right. Okay.
You pushed
This-
me off of the screen.
Ah, damn it. Well, it's okay because I'm gonna slide. Wait, hold on. I'll have to enable the preview for this brief moment here in order to see the thing I'm trying to show. I'm gonna. Wait, hold on. Wait, no, I can't hide it. Fuck. I have to
Oh.
reformat everything. Damn it.
Oh no!
Hold on. Hold on. Hold on.
We'll work it out.
Browser. There we go.
There it is. All right.
And we're gonna that's the wrong one. I'm fucking everything up. I promise. There's a point to this.
There we are.
Okay.
Perfect.
Gonna have to make it a little bit smaller in order to fit all this in here, but there we go.
Beautiful.
Okay. So this, everyone, after I disable the preview now and move back to the chat, this is the list.
Yay!
That's right, everyone. It's time for the list. My secret segment is I'm going to distribute points to each movie depending on where it is on our individual lists. Add those points together, and based on the scores that they have there, we form an objective
No!
list between all of us on where
The
these
numbers don't lie.
the
even know
numbers
about
don't
this.
lie. So the point of this is the higher your score is, the lower you go on the list.
It's the list from Put It on the List.
That's right.
It's the list. It's the titular list.
So here,
It's the Kane from Citizen Kane.
so here's the first example.
All right.
We got X 1999. It's got 24 points from me and Bree. That brings it to 48. It's got 20 points from Evie. That brings it up to 68. And then it's got 12 points from Bridget, which leaves it with 80 points. So for right now, it's gonna be X 1999, 80 points. So from there, we'll move things around depending on what has more or less points.
Is more
There has to
better
be a
or
better way to
worse?
do this.
There probably
Such
is.
a bizarre.
Don't worry about it, though.
We'll figure it out live.
Yeah,
All right.
we're figuring it out live. This is my segment, and I operate how I want to operate during it, damn it.
All right.
So we got Island of Dr. Moreau, 23 points, 23 times 3, so 23 times 3.
69.
Nice. 69 points from the three of us, and then Bridget had it at number 10, so it's 79 points. It is just above, just above X 1999.
Beautiful.
It only makes sense. Again, the numbers don't lie.
And they spelled disaster for you at 1999.
79 points. All right. The next one is Uma Musume, 22, 22.
44.
So 44 points. And then we got 18. It's number 18 on Evie's list. So 44 plus 18, that's 62, if I'm doing it right.
Just calculator it.
Okay. So 62 plus 15 is 77 points. I believe, if I'm doing the math right on that. Feel free.
Oh, sorry, I spaced out for a minute.
No. So 22 and 22, that's 44. It's
James like, welcome to the math section.
That's right.
Math section.
That's right, motherfuckers.
Send me the file and I'll double check your calculations, says Owen.
I'll do it later.
Oh, yeah. Revisions will be made post Owen.
But yeah, it's at 22nd place for two of us. Then it's at number 18 on Bridget's list. So it's got 40. Wait, 22 and 22. 44 plus 18 is 62. Then 62 plus
15.
Plus 15. So it is 77 points. I hope everyone is enjoying the math section of this list. 77 points. So again, the numbers don't lie. It's just barely better than the Island of Dr. Moreau, according to this.
Okay, Gundam Reconquista, 21 for the two of you, so it's 42. And it's at number 24 for me. So that's 66. And then at 17, so it's 83.
83 points. We have a new bottom of the list. It's Gundam Reconquista in G. So we're gonna do that.
I didn't expect that.
I kind of expected that. That's not too shocking in my opinion.
So what you're saying next time around, I should actually pick bad movies?
No.
Okay, so we got Gundam
I'll get
off
my
of...
calculator out for this.
Oh, okay, thank you. Next is Weird the Al Yankovic story. So we have 20, 18, 21, and 21.
That is 80.
80 points. So that Weird the Al Yankovic story is tied with X 1999.
Wow.
So we're gonna
Jay and Math Magic Land. Yup.
copy paste those.
I love that Bridget has just stopped talking and has started typing.
Yeah, you can say
What do you
these...
want me to say other than I just said all my fucking movies are at the bottom. What do you want me to do?
They're not at the bottom though. There's
Weird's down there.
There's now something else that has joined you at the bottom with Weird the Al Yankovic story. Okay, next up is Parkour Civilization.
That's 19.
19, 17, 24, and 19.
That's 79.
79.
Oh,
So we have
tied with Moreau.
another tie down there. So Parkour Civilization, 79 points.
There we are.
All right. Next one is Triplets of Belleville. We have 18, 16, 20, and 22.
76.
76. So we have one
Right
that
under.
is now above Uma Musume, triplets, with 76 points.
Beautiful.
If you told me, if you had told me that you were going to do this, I would have made a spreadsheet for us.
Too bad. It had to be a
Jay
surprise.
just wants to do a very complicated
I
math.
do spreadsheets for a living. That's my
We're not
job.
gonna make you work on your time off.
Terminator Dark Fate.
Let us do it badly.
Terminator Dark Fate, 17, 9.
9.
Wait, where's the other one? 13,
13
and 15.
and 15. 54.
Not bad. Terminator, I'll have it up here just in case.
Yeah.
So how many points did you say? 54?
54.
54 points. Okay. After Terminator, we have The Princess Bride, which is at 16, 6, 18, and 8.
That's 48.
Not bad.
Not bad at all.
48 for The Princess Bride. Okay. After Princess Bride, we got Freddy Got Fingered, which is this is gonna be like the most skewed one, I feel like. We have 15.
10.
Bridget.
Yeah.
4, and
Nice bird.
10.
This is going to make it immensely more
39.
39 for that. Please don't start doing the sound redeems. It's going to make it immensely more difficult to do this segment.
But you already did the Princess Bride.
Well, no, I'm doing the points.
Oh, okay.
This is
For-
Freddy Got Fingered.
Oh, Freddy got fingered.
Yeah,
Shit. Sorry. Thank you.
There we are.
Okay, Freddy got fingered. Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy, which we have 14 times 3. And then 22.
64.
64. So that's down here. Tinker Tailor, 64 points. After
Beautiful.
Tinker Tailor, we got Prey, which is at 13, 5, 9, and 17.
Nice.
44.
44, so right above the Princess Bride. Blade at 12. This is another one that's going to be weirdly skewed. We
Yeah.
got 12, 19, 16, and 7.
Okay, hold on. 12, 19. Ziggy said on the keyboard.
Uh-huh.
12, 19, 16, and 7.
Yes.
I believe that is 54.
54, tied with Terminator.
Nice. Blockade.
Blockade.
You gone too far, Blockade!
Okay. After that, we got Mandy, which
Uh-huh.
is at 11, 11, 3, and 10.
Mm-hmm.
All right, no. Sorry. It is
11
11
times 3, and then
yeah, 30, 33, it's 36.
All right.
yeah.
Mandy, 36 points on the board. Next up, we got Paradox Spiral, which we have 10, 13,
10, 13,
1,
1,
and 16.
16, 40.
40. Oh,
Beautiful.
wow. Paradox Spiral, 40 points.
Nice.
You heard it here first. Freddy Got Fingered. Better than Prey. Better than the Princess Bride. Better than...
Such a fucked up list that we're crafting.
It
here.
is funny.
And it's gonna get even more fucked up
up-ier.
because Saving Private Ryan.
And it gets fucked up here.
We got 9 for Saving Private Ryan, 20, 23, and then 9 again.
61.
61.
Oh my goodness.
So let me remember 61.
That's right. That's fucking right. Blade's better than Saving Private Ryan, you
61
wartime
points.
and piece of shit.
I put it. I'm the only
I
person.
know,
who
I
put
know,
Blade.
I know. I'm just saying in general to people who like that movie.
Oh,
All right.
boy.
After that, Babe Pig in the City, we got 8, 12,
8, 12,
5,
5,
and 12.
12, 37.
37. So we moved
Just under Mandy.
Babe. PITC, 37 points.
Hell yeah.
Ah,
37 oinks.
37 oinks out of 37. Next up, we got... Please don't do that.
Okay.
No, please do it.
We got Deep Cover. This is... Finally, we're gonna have something that's not horribly skewed.
Okay.
We got 7, 4,
Well,
and then where's
14.
14,
14,
and 3?
28.
28.
Nice.
Deep Cover. 28 points.
That's fair.
After Deep Cover, Little Miss Sunshine. We got 6, 8, 8, and 6.
28.
Little Miss Sunshine. Also, 28 points. Tied with Deep Cover. That makes sense to me.
That's fine. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
That tracks, yeah.
That's good.
All right, now we're getting to the good shit. The first slam dunk, we got 5, 1, 2, and 5.
13.
Ooh,
There's a good chance that the first slam dunk might be our best movie of
might
the
be
year.
first.
13 points. After that, we got Good Will Hunting, which we have 4, 3, 1, and 19.
27.
I see you
27.
shaking your head. I see you shaking your head, Evie, at me.
So funny.
Screwing her pick out of paradise.
Huge advantage to all anime films.
Oh,
That's
God.
not true. There's anime films in the lower quadrant.
Okay, let me delete a couple things there.
There we are.
We're starting to fill out the list now. All right, now it's Collateral. We got 3, 2, 4,
All right, Bisky doesn't
and
like
11.
numbers.
Sorry, Bisky.
20.
Okay, 20 for that.
Okay, numbers aren't real, Bisky. They're all
20
theoretical.
points. I'll have to say the numbers quietly from now on.
Yeah.
So, Mulholland Drive. We have 2 twice. We have 7. And then we have 6.
17.
7. Oh man, Mulholland Drive beating out, or Slam Dunk beating out Mulholland Drive. 17 points.
Yeah, the fact that the first Slam Dunk is the only film in all of our top 5s, like, kind of guarantees that it's going to be.
Yeah. And then last but not least, Killers of the Flower Moon. 1. Where is it for
15.
Mm-hmm.
7. 13.
Yeah.
36.
So tied with Mandy there. So 1 second here. Flower Moon. 36 points.
And so the list as it stands.
We officially have our list here. At the very bottom, we have Gundam Reconquista Movie 1, Go Core Fighter, X 1999, Weird, The Island of Dr. Moreau, Parkour Civilization. Parkour Civilization, objectively better than those bottom 4 movies.
That's no.
Listen, Samoa Joe, the numbers
don't lie.
They spell disaster for X 1999.
Number 19, we got Uma Musume, then Triplets of Belleville, and then Tinker Tailor. Up above that, we got Saving Private Ryan.
That's
Blade.
right. You heard it here first. Saving Private Ryan doesn't rate.
Blade, Terminator Dark Fate, The Princess Bride, Prey 2022, Garden of Sinners Paradox Spiral, Freddy Got Fingered, Babe, which Freddy Got Fingered made the top 10 objectively in our list here. We are now at the top 10. Number 9, Babe Pig in the City. Number 8, Mandy. Number 7, Killers of the Flower Moon. Number 6, Deep Cover. Top 5. Number 5, Little Miss Sunshine. Number 4, Good Will Hunting. Number 3, Collateral. Number 2, Mulholland Drive. And number 1, The First Slam Dunk. Is our best movie of the year between the 4 of us. Which I would like to point out, my top 5 is almost identical to this. Like my number 2, my number 3, and my number 4 are all the same as it is in the objective list.
It's amazing.
Oh man.
Well, there's still 2 things that we must do.
Well, I mean, does anyone else have secret segments that they want to reveal now that we've mapped out our objective listing here?
I do not.
Okay. Bree, do you have any secret segments?
None.
Bridget, do you have any secret segments?
Sticky minute.
Not that I know.
Okay.
All right.
He's
Well-
too busy staring at his food bowl. He's not going to be up for doing any segments.
Okay. Well, here's the wheel. People that are watching right now, you get to put one movie into the chat. However, here's the catch. You have to make it to the end in order to do it. If you are the last one standing, you will be in the rotation, and then you will get to spin the wheel.
Hold on a second. Hold on a
What?
second.
That's
The
not
way that I
fair.
thought we were going I thought we were going to determine the order,
Yeah,
and then we put all of our movies onto a
Yeah.
wheel, including the chat movies.
that's more fun.
and then we
No.
spin that.
No,
What?
the way we decided last time is we put all of our names onto the wheel, and that's how we determine the order.
Well, yeah,
I
the
like-
order that we're gonna do, but what the first movie will be, despite all of that,
Well, no,
Yeah,
it
is
was
I like the
decided
idea
by
of
a
it.
different wheel
It was
set. Like,
wait, no, it was the last movie standing. Like the last person that was on the list got the last person on the
Owen
wheel
made
got
an
to,
announcement.
well, then we need to put
Owen.
everyone on here who wants to be on the list on the wheel. Then
Yeah, I like the idea for the second season, new year, new us.
yeah.
Just like we have the first movie be separate from the rotation.
Yeah, that's its own
Yeah.
thing. Like that
The
is
rotation starts after this first movie.
the fine. However many
Wait.
people are watching this,
Oh.
getting to put in their voice.
I don't feel like this is the idea that we had.
The prestige, yes.
Evie or Casey. I don't know why I keep mixing up Evie and Casey.
I don't either.
Yeah.
Is it the
we're
E?
very
No Casey
different.
on there.
Casey is
Is
much
it the
cuter.
E?
Could be.
Maybe it may be the E.
Anyone else?
I feel like this is not a good idea.
I love this idea.
This is a great idea.
We
I
can
love
keep
this
track of where we rank as we're doing it, but this allows the possibility for someone to like throw in a film for us to watch, and I love that.
Well, here's the
Yeah.
thing. Whoever if we spin the wheel and it lands on and they're the last one. Okay. I trust that you're picking a good one. It's not me doubting that you're picking a good one. Radio. Hope I'm a fish. I have no idea what that is. All I'm saying is I think once it lands on the last person standing is a chat member, then like all the other chat members are disqualified because we have to.
I'm thinking we have two wheels. We have one.
No,
we have one
just
wheel.
whoever it lands on last is the winner. It's not that hard. You're making it more
It's not-
complicated than it needs to
Welcome
be.
to Wheels on
Hold-
Wheels on Wheels.
No, like we just have one wheel for us, and we
I-
spin it to determine
this
the
is-
order, and then one wheel that we spin once to determine what the movie is.
Yeah.
But the way we're determining the order also is the way that we're figuring out the movie that we start with. That's not-
My suggestion is we don't do that. We
Yeah.
determine the order separate from the movie.
Okay. Wait, no. I don't think that should be the case.
I do.
Because like I think the person
It's
who
two against one.
Wait, no. The person who is starting the chain should be the one that is picking the first movie. They are the first one in the chain, thus they get to pick the movie. Yeah. What Owen is like Owen agrees. I'm not watching whatever thing you have there, Bridget, by the way.
Well, you do whatever you want.
But yeah, like that. I know you should not be the first person. Here's what we're gonna do. I'm going to spin this wheel. You know what? I'm just going
I need
to
water.
spin this wheel. We're gonna shuffle up the wheel.
I'm just gonna keep replaying this video of
No, you're
Eric Aj spinning the fucking wheel.
okay. Who's the first person that's getting eliminated from the list? It is. Oh, all right. Bridget is officially the last one in the rotation for this coming year.
See, the thing is, Jay is married to this idea of like spinning the wheel a million times to eliminate people from it instead of spinning it once to determine what the answer will be.
I think it's more fun this way. Wait, okay, so so what you're saying is whoever it lands on is guaranteed the first person.
Yeah. Okay. No. We essentially make two. We're splitting this into two things. First thing is determining the order with the four of us on the wheel, and then we spin it and find out the order. Separate from that is the first movie that we do.
Yeah.
After which the order will start.
Yeah.
And that has all of our
view-
suggestions
Yeah.
and the chat suggestions in it. We spin it once, and
It
we
allows
figure
people
out
to join
what
in
the
on
first
it.
movie
No,
is.
On the history, on the direction
This is more
of the channel.
confusing to me than anything
It's
else.
not
Like
confusing.
it is
It's
confusing.
not confusing.
I gotta be real. It is. It's not tracking for me.
Well, work with us
idea-
as we tell you.
Well, no, I'm literally telling you that I don't understand the idea that's being
Okay.
proposed.
One wheel, you take all of the chat names off of this. It's
Okay.
just the wheel for the four of us.
Yeah.
And we spin that to determine the order. We
Okay.
figure out the order. And then after we figure out the order, we put our movie suggestions for the first movie and the chat suggestions for the first movie on a separate wheel with just the movies on it.
Yeah.
Okay.
There you go.
Now I'm getting so
And that will
We
decide the
spin
trajectory.
out once to determine what
Okay.
the first movie
Yeah.
was.
Okay.
There
And
you
then we
go.
do an episode
Okay.
about that movie.
Okay, I got
And
it.
then-
I got it now. I got it. So it would be 25 movies instead of 24. Got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Got it.
Cool.
All right. I'm now in line. Okay. So we're starting off with the order of things.
Yes. This, We're
Okay.
figuring out the order.
Okay. I got it now, everyone. I've figured it out. Who's that? Oh god. I'm gonna be the first one off. No, I'm the last one in the rotation.
Yeah, no, you get to be last.
All
right.
Okay. Someone start a separate note so I know what the order is.
Evie, you on it?
Sure.
All right.
Okay, so I'm at the back of the line officially now. Okay.
Can I have access to the sheet?
No, don't want to do that. I mean, you don't have to do the order in the... Oh, wait. I have an idea. I know how I can make this work. So I didn't do that. And just shift me to the end. And this is how I'll remember after the podcast is
okay.
over.
Sure.
Oh, sure.
3
Hey,
is now number
second
3.
to last. We might actually invert it.
There's a good
It would be so
chance.
funny if we just inverted it.
Yeah.
All right, that means it's down to Bridget and Evie. Spin that wheel. Bust a deal. Spin the wheel.
Bust a groove?
No. Who is the first one? I think that we... Oh, nope. Nope, we're not inverting it entirely. I have an idea. Why don't you just invert the order? No. All right.
It's more fun this way, apparently.
Oh my god. Okay, well, the order has been decided. It's Bridget, Evie, Bree, and then me.
All right.
That is the rotation decided now for the
Awesome.
for the second
Great.
year of this podcast.
And now, with everyone's input, we decide the wheel of the first movie.
So Owen had Titus.
Yes.
We have Help, I'm a Fish.
We had The Prestige. Help, I'm a Fish.
Yes. Is there anything else from chat that they want to throw
Yeah, this
in?
is last call for any movie.
last
Anyone's
call.
one pick.
Yep.
What's up? What is it, Bridget?
Whoever put in "Help, I'm a Fish" is a fucking sleeper agent.
All the more
That
fun.
was Radioactive 99 who said that. All right, I think now
All right.
the choices have been made. We have locked the input from the chat. Let's go in order of our new podcast. Bridget, what is the movie that you want to be the first one we watch?
Oh wait, we're all doing.
We're all doing it.
I'm gonna be honest. I like spaced out after the wheels.
You know, I can't blame you. That's understandable.
Who picked Titus? Was that on?
Yes, that's on.
that's on.
Right.
What's your movie, Bridget?
I don't know. Do you want something good?
Yeah.
Just pick it. Yeah.
Up to you.
Don't say Titus.
No.
Pick a movie. Pick a movie. Why weren't you prepared?
Oh God, it's so
It doesn't
so
have
much.
to be. It doesn't have to be the perfect choice. Just pick something.
Just pick a fucking movie.
Fine. Put Hells.
Hells. Okay.
Hells. Okay.
It's an anime movie. Evie,
Oh,
what's your one on it?
Twilight.
Oh no. Which one?
No, fuck it.
Easy.
No, change it. Change it. It's Twilight
Too
Bringing
late.
Dawn
Too
Part
late.
2.
You already left it in. You
too
already
late.
said some anime shit.
Yeah.
You already had your chance.
Okay.
Bree,
I want
what's
to talk
yours?
about The Big Lebowski.
Okay. My choice is No Other Land,
All right.
which is a documentary.
So, are we doing this by elimination?
Yes, we
All
are
right.
doing this by elimination. Last movie standing.
Mm-hmm.
She just loves spinning the wheel.
I do. Is there something
Look at it, it's
wrong
like,
with
whee!
loving to spin the
I
There's
think
wheel?
nothing
the
wrong with
wheels
Freddy.
should be stopped, and we need to change Hells to Breaking Dawn
No,
Part
we
2.
don't.
No.
Had your chance.
You had your chance, and you do not get it
Oh
anymore.
no! Yay!
Oh. Yes. All right.
Oh man.
That's Hell's cut from the list.
There will be no hells.
No anime to start us off this time. Shuffle the wheel.
I thought about putting a real movie on there, but then I decided to put Twilight instead. These are the
Twilight is
decisions
a
we
real
make.
movie.
Okay.
Okay. Next movie off of the wheel.
Next
I
on the
just
block
love-
of the chopping.
just
Okay, now
love
I'm
watching
voting
it
for
spin.
Twilight.
I
Come
just
on,
think it's
Twilight.
neat.
Twilight.
Oh.
Come on.
Ah, no.
Oh!
Yeah.
By a pixel! I did not see that coming. Holy shit.
Oh, sorry, Owen.
It's gonna be really funny if Help I'm a Fish is picked and we'll all be
It's
unhappy.
like start over. No. Okay.
No starting over. No take backsies on this wheel.
The wheel knows all.
All right, what's the next one getting ripped off the list? I think it's finally going to be No Other Land. No, yeah.
This thing is way more carry than you
Someone
expect.
really oiled
Yeah.
this wheel today.
Yeah, No Other Land is gone now. Okay,
All right.
so we're down to 2 viewer choices and two host choices.
Oh boy.
We're down to Twilight, The Big Lebowski, Help, I'm a Fish, and The Prestige.
Let's fucking go.
The Prestige.
two real movies and 2 meme movies.
Should put on something. I thought I was being. This is the problem. I thought I was being a good girl.
Oh my god, we're gonna be stuck with Help, I'm a Fish, aren't we? We're gonna be watching a nightmare Danish animation.
Hell yeah.
This is the excitement that the viewer movie, that the random movie wheel injects into the season.
Help, I'm a
started
fish.
going right.
This is injustice that we're gonna be watching this before Mr. Limpet. Although I've already done a podcast of Mr. Limpet, so
Oh,
probably.
wait, actually, I think we are down. The wheel hasn't stopped yet, but it's looking like we are down to The Big Lebowski and Twilight.
Come on, get rid of the Lebowski. Do it.
Why are you trying to get rid of The Big Lebowski? The Big Lebowski's a good movie.
Yeah, I know.
Now that Bridget has lost her choice, she's like, I don't want to watch good movies. I want to watch
The
trash.
chaos.
I lost my
All right.
option, and
Oh,
I will
boy.
always pick chaos.
Here we
Hell
go.
of a coin flip.
Let's see what it is. Do we get The Big
Evie's
Lebowski
choice.
or Twilight? Heaven or hell? Let's rock.
Don't do that, Owen.
Oh, I think it's The Big Lebowski. It looks like.
No.
Yeah.
Oh no,
Yeah.
I mean for the pick, yeah, not for the elimination. I got you.
Ah.
Yeah!
All right.
All right.
Big Lebowski! We get to talk about it.
Does that mean
good
I
movie.
need to connect to Big?
Yes.
Oh,
Thankfully, there's a
Lebowski.
lot of
That
connections
means
there.
you have to connect from The Big Lebowski after we watch and talk about it.
I cannot wait to talk about this movie.
All right. Well, it has been decided.
That's right. I can't wait to talk about the awful events my girlfriend went through in the context of throwing ash and hidden their.
Oh yeah.
We return him to the ocean.
Okay.
We
Well,
won't get into it though.
let's. Bree,
Yep.
where can people find you on the internet?
You can find me on the internet. You can find me on vgen.co if you want to see, or even perhaps commission me to do anything from drawing art, branding art. I do animated and static emotes. I do VTuber design and VTuber animation. There's also, for the rigging and stuff. You can find all of that on my vgen.co/asnesbo, ASNESBO. You can also find me over on Easy Breezy TV. Which is EAZYBREEZY.
I already shouted you out.
Oh, thank you
thank
for the
you.
shout out.
Over on Twitch, you can find me there. You can find me under a Snesbo, of course, on Blue Sky as well to find my art there. Mostly that's about it, though.
All right. Bridget, can people find you on the internet?
Yeah, you could find me here because I can't do another shout out.
Yeah.
Literally in
that's-
2 hours, they can find you there.
That's right, playing mobile phone games.
Hell yeah.
Oh boy.
Japanese
Ooh.
mobile phone games.
Ooh. All right. Anything else to plug? You want to plug your Blue Sky or anything?
I'm on there if you want to see me talk about anime or post giantess porn, I guess.
Sounds great. Evie, can people find you on the internet?
Nope.
Yeah.
Sometimes I guest on Assassin streams though.
That's true.
You could find me on the internet, but I'm not going to tell you where to find me. You could find the podcast at putitontheList.neocities.org, putitontheList.bsky.social. You can find us anywhere major podcasts are sold. As you can see here, whenever we decide to do another one of these things live, you could find us at twitch.tv/wifecity, YouTube at Wife City Productions on there. Like, comment, subscribe, give us a follow, share us with your friends. We're a good time, as you heard throughout all this. Hi, Wealthy Aardvark, for joining us during the end here today. There's the walking skeleton gif, one of my favorite things ever. But yeah, that's where you can find us. And everyone, thank you so much for listening.
Yes.
Thank you for watching and showing up today. It's been
thank you, everybody.
It's been a fun year of this podcast, and I think we can officially call ourselves a real podcast at this point.
Yay!
We've done it.
We got through a year of this thing, a full first season of it, and we did not kill each other or just stop doing it.
Proud of us.
Because we were tired of doing it. So thank you all for your support. Bye.
Bye.
Bye, everyone. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Thanks for listening.
Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching.
Bye.
Where do I find the controls for this thing? Turn off this crazy